You already know this is punshdrunk boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. Oh, baby, this gonna be a goodie one, and it's a must-have. It's a must-have because it needs to end, ladies and gentlemen. It needs to end. It needs to end. What's good, Los? How we all, man? Gotta be late a little bit, you know. This conversation need to happen because it needs to stop. It needs to stop. Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, look. What we're going to do, and I'm going to open up the panels. I'm going to send the link. I want everybody to tune in. You get your piece, but it has to be about peace. You get your piece, but it got to bring us to peace. If you understand what I'm trying to say. It needs to bring us to peace, ladies and gentlemen. Many Pacquiao fans, Floyd Mayweather fans. So it was good, Jack. The sad part about it is that we all know that these two are probably the greatest of our generation, right? Yet one of them has become hated, other one's become loved, or both ways. Manny Pacquiao fans hate Floyd Mayweather fans. Floyd Mayweather fans hate Manny Pacquiao fans. Yet they both are very highly accomplished. But first, what I want to do, we're going to break it down. And I want everybody out here going to tune in to actually be real, be open-minded, throw your egos, throw your pride to a side, whoever you like, and let's just call it how it is. So we could bring about peace. 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 And for the people out there that love Manny Pacquiao and his Christian belief, I want you to act holy like his belief as well. Because I sense there's contradicting too. I send a lot of evil things. I read a lot of evil things. And I'm like, at the same time, they'd be like, oh, I like Manny Pacquiao because he's Christian and he loves God. But hey, if you hate Floyd Mayweather that much, if you Christian and hate Floyd Mayweather that much, the best you could do is say, man, I'll pray for Floyd Mayweather. I wouldn't hate him. There's some contradictions going on here. Yes, I understand Floyd Mayweather got the character, the personality, the demeanor that actually doesn't bring, it doesn't seem like he's very likable. Floyd is better, but Pac is more entertainment. We need to start from the very beginning. Oh, yeah, Brian, we're going to start from the very beginning. Yes. We're going to start from the very beginning, go to the very end, and then come with the conclusion of peace. Peace and harmony. That's all. How can two accomplished fighters of this generation get hated and shouldn't be hated? They only fought once. And yes, we're going to get through, the allegations of him saying that he was dirty and Manny Pacquiao suing. Yes, we're going to be talking about why I understand why people might not like. Yes, people say that Floyd Mayweather did physically abused his baby mama. Rest in peace, Joyce. Yeah, we're going to hit it that. Yeah, but we always going to talk about Manny Pacquiao and his womanizing way, cheating on his wife, gambling, throwing a bunch of money away. We're going to be talking about him too. They all got their trials and tribulations. Yeah, we're going to be talking about Manny Pacquiao, that he was poor, third world country. They didn't have no food, nothing. Yet, just because Floyd Mayweather wasn't living in a third world country, that doesn't mean he wasn't living in a third world element as a child where his parents wasn't there. Like they needed to be there. Yo, what's good, sub? Sentiment was good. Cheating is not a bad thing. Okay, I'm mad. Cheating is a bad thing. Committing adultery is a bad thing. Remember, he's married. Committing adultery is a sin. Manny Pacquiao knows that more than anything. Committing adultery is an abomination. Right? They both shed blood, sweat, and tears. Yes, Jack. So I just want to level the playing field so we could come with a concrete understanding that I think that a lot of people, this is what it is. Finally catch it. That's what I'm talking about, Evil. I got to do it at this time. I rarely do it at this time, but needed to do it to get everybody in tune. There's a lot of people that look at Floyd Mayweather and be like, you know what? They compare him to Manny Pacquiao and his styles of fighting and be like, come on, man, this guy's not even, Floyd Mayweather's not even entertaining like that. I could say probably Money May wasn't as entertaining as when he was Pretty Boy Floyd. When we talking about Floyd Mayweather, it's like two different type of careers. It's just like Michael Jordan before he retired. And he came back after he retired. He wasn't Air Jordan, but he making adjustments into his game and still he was great at it. Manny Pacquiao the same way. Yes, he's still exciting, but it's not like Manny Pacquiao was knocking everybody on their mama out. What's good, Brown? It's not like he's just knocking everybody out. He's hurting people, but it's not like he's knocking everybody. He's going to a decision. But great fighters making adjustments. And the game, the name of the game is to win. Win, win, win. Yeah, you want to be entertained, but trust me, they'll do anything so they could win. You already know the Manny Pacquiao story. Beautiful story. Beautiful story. And I'm talking about the positive. The positive. Because even a struggle could be a positive, especially when you overcome the struggle. It's a positive. You can look back in life. Yes, we love Manny Pacquiao and his humanitarian effort. He's out there. He shows it. He shows it. So you know what? People feed into that. It's contagious. You see Manny Pacquiao, he could be a hero. He could be a role model. You look at him, be like, you know what? I want to help out just like him. In my own little community, I want to help out just like him because the way that Manny Pacquiao shows his humanitarian effort is very, very motivational, very inspirational. I can understand why people, and I've stated this before, I wish Floyd Mayweather would show more. But is it for my benefit? Because if he's helping the people that he needed to help, that's on him. I don't need to see it, but I would like to see it because I just know the power of showing. I know the power of image. What up, Jay? Hey, Punch, there's both great fighters, but they have their own styles and legacy. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And I'm gonna put the link. Up once I finish the intro because I want everybody to chime in. Floyd Mayweather fan, Manny Pacquiao fans. I want everybody to chime in, whether you hate it, love it, whatever. But then we got to come with a concrete understanding. And I might ask you a question, and I'm gonna be your. How you say when let me be the devil's advocate, something like that, right? If you're a Floyd Mayweather fan, I'm gonna ask you a question about Manny Pacquiao and why. What's the real reason? What's the real reason you don't like Manny Pacquiao? Floyd Mayweather fan, what's the real reason you don't like Manny Pacquiao? Manny Pacquiao fans, what's the real reason you don't like Floyd Mayweather? Is it more is it more attitude? Is it more personality than it is what they did in the ring? Because if it's just about personality, you could easily say, I don't like his personality. That's it. But we can understand also that it's promotion. Fan of both. Yeah. What's good, Cat? That's more logic to me. I know we live in a society where there's where you got your team, you got your player or you got your fighter, but that doesn't mean because you're a fan of a fighter you gotta hate the other fighter, huh? I can understand you going for him, but you gotta understand the nature of the game too. I'm both fan and I hate my. That's a funny one, right? Because I hear a lot of people talking about what Floyd Mayweather did in his personal life. But that doesn't mean Manny Pacquiao is an angel as well. Yes, he changed his life. Yes, he gave his life to Jesus. But hey, that doesn't mean he didn't do what he did. Right? So let's put everything into perspective. Because did Floyd Mayweather get in trouble or anything after he came out of jail? No. Did Manny Pacquiao get in trouble after Jinky took him back or didn't leave him? No. But put it this way. Look at this. And I was thinking about this earlier before I was going to time in. Manny Pacquiao has the image of the family man, right? Wife and the 5 kids. Beautiful, beautiful. Almost a dream, right? Almost a dream. When you were a little boy, little girl, you'd be like, this is what I want. Unless you were a little freaky when you was a teen, and you'd be like, nah, I'm going, or dude, I want to be a player all my life. But natural being is that we want the picket fence, and we want a family. We want to be with the one we love and procreate with the one we love. So put it this way. Let's say if Jinky, Manny Pacquiao's wife, would have never took him back after he cheated on her, how would his image look? It's more of what she did in staying with him after he committed adultery, because easily, if she leaves him and she divorces him, he won't have that image of the family man. And Manny Pacquiao's image is surrounded by that family type of man. It's very different. It will be very different, right? That doesn't mean he didn't do no damage to her. It was her strength that kept his image in play. I give her more the credit than Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, I give Manny Pacquiao the credit for changing and doing his due diligence and doing what he needed to do, and giving himself to Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior. Everybody, you already know how I feel. God first, everything second. I'm a fan for both. Jay said I'm a fan of both. I just sided a bit with Manny because of the Cinderella story, from living under the street to becoming a legend, and that's a Hollywood-ish. I understand that, but you know what? I love that. And we ain't taking nothing away from Manny Pacquiao as well. But let's think about more Floyd Mayweather, because when we talk about Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, we never really talk about Floyd Mayweather's struggle. It's like I said, like 3 minutes ago. I say, yes, Manny Pacquiao's come from third world country, very, very poor. But that doesn't mean as a child, that Floyd Mayweather didn't face third world element. So he has his own Cinderella story, just as Manny Pacquiao got his Cinderella story. And I think we forget about the story, the struggle of the Floyd Mayweather family as well. Right? Father selling, his mother hooked on drugs, going from home to home to home to home. Your parent locked up and your mother strung out on drugs, and you got to make it. Good that you have an uncle there, and the uncle that Jeff Mayweather and Roger helped him out. And I forgot, I remember that the white family also helped him out. It wasn't easy for Floyd, y'all. It wasn't easy for Floyd as well. It's not like Manny Pacquiao also was just all by himself. He did have his mom too. So it's not like he was homeless and or homeless in the street that didn't have, even though when you're poor, you still have a core. If you understand what I'm trying to say. I could be in the shelter, but I'm in the shelter with my mommy. At least I have my mama. At least I have my mama or my dada. There was a period of time when Floyd Mayweather had no mama, no dada. No papi, no mommy. And as a child, if you look at it as a child, not as Floyd Mayweather now as a grown-ass man, excuse my language, but look at him when he's a teen, when he's a young child. That's third world element. Yo, what's good, Elf? The only 8th division world more subscriber. Thank you, man. 8th division world champion, Manny Pacquiao. You already know 5 lineal champion. We all know the accolades, one of the best accomplishments in the sport of boxing. The gold, hey. Yo, both guys had their own struggles, I think is the best way to put it. Yes. Yeah. Hey, Johnny. What's good, John? And it's true, but when we talk about struggle, they talk about one guy's struggle more. And I believe because, and then we'll be like, oh, he's humble because he come from this beginning. And then we see Mayweather, he's flashing and stuff like that. And yes, there's people that has different type of, styles and And maybe for Floyd Mayweather, if for hip hop culture, they love that he brags about what he got. They love the cause. They love all of that. And then there's most of the people that, you know, we love humbleness because we don't want you to throw shit in my face because I'm already doing bad in my life. I don't show me your watch. I don't got no watch. I can even tell time. Huh? I hate you, Flo. Why you showing me that? You not motivating me. You bragging about it. You throwing it in my face. You making me feel like I ain't nada. I ain't doo-doo. I ain't caca. Why you making me feel like that, Floyd? Manny Pacquiao don't do that to me. So it's really about showing. When it comes to Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, it's about showing. We see Manny Pacquiao in a private jet as well. We see Manny Pacquiao with the Gucci and the Fendis as well. Spoiling. We see it too. You know what I noticed about Floyd Mayweather? That he's actually living a character, not actually showing reality. That's what I noticed. Think about it. If Floyd Mayweather, everybody knows, father, friends, family, say Floyd Mayweather doesn't drink. But he will show you a picture in the club with champagnes and everything, but Floyd Mayweather doesn't drink. Just because he's showing some cars, that doesn't mean that he doesn't have a humble side. He's showing a character. The problem is that I could say it for me. The character is that you ain't fighting no more. You don't got to go with the same old character. You can actually switch up. You can actually switch up your character and show the humanitarian effort, especially at this age and everything that you haven't done in the sport of boxing and all the open doors that you could open for others. Floyd got too much money, but not a happy dude. Maybe, but how can we say? Seems like it from the outside in. But I'm going to say it like this. There's no man that ever been as dedicated to his craft like Floyd Mayweather. Let's put it like that. We all know that, whether we like it or whether people hate him or love him. It's one thing about Floyd that everybody agree. Nobody, no professional boxer has been more dedicated to his craft than Floyd Mayweather. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? Has any boxer have been more dedicated to his craft and his professionalism? I'm talking about in the ring professionalism, training like Floyd Mayweather. Has anybody been more dedicated to the craft? And we're going to be talking about that too, Evchenko. We're going to be talking about that too. Yes, we're going to be talking about the Floyd, the Floyd and the steroids allegation and the PEDs allegation on Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the IV. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the shoulder. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that. You got to nip it in the bud. And like I said before, if y'all follow the channel, subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Damn it, smash the like button. Give a donation if you can. I ain't Floyd Mayweather. I may need it. So this is what I'm gonna say. If we're gonna go straight to to that fight, let's get that thing out the way. Put it that way, because I think for me, their fight is just this small to me. That's why I'm in my last live show. I was like, you know what? Every time we talk about Mayweather, we gotta talk about Pacquiao. Every time we talk about Pacquiao, we talk about Mayweather. Why we just can't talk about their separate career? Why we acting like this is like they've been in a trilogy fight? They only fought one time, and that was out of their prime. Whether or not it never affected them, right? It never raised them. It never affected them. If Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather never would have fought, we would have been talking about Floyd Mayweather just like that and Manny Pacquiao just like we talk about him today. Because in my opinion, they robbed the bank. In my opinion, I'm not talking about Floyd Mayweather robbed the bank, and I ain't talking about Manny Pacquiao. I'm talking about both of them robbed the bank. Both of them cheated out of us from the fight of the century. Both of them. Some people gonna be talking about, well, you know, the shoulder, and he signed this, and then Manny and the Floyd, and the people gonna be, but the Floyd, and then the IV, and the. Both of them cheated us from the fight of the century. Both of them was in it for the money. Because if it wasn't for the money, if let's say Manny Pacquiao wasn't for the money, then he would have took up he would have postponed the fight. He would have postponed the fight if he was 100%. Floyd Mayweather say he wasn't 100%. Right? Just to say he wasn't 100% because Manny Pacquiao wasn't 100%. Just so you know, the credit, you know what it is. Both had lackluster performance. They cheated us. Okay. And at the end of the day, they hugged each other and they smiled at each other and they laughed and they was very, very cordial. You know why? Because they robbed the bank. Both of them takes accountability for the performance that they give. Both of them. So your boy Punshdrunk, aka Mr. Moonshine, do not want to hear about the shoulder no more. I don't want to hear about the vitamins. I don't want to hear about the IV. I don't want to hear none of that. That's just to devalue anything situation. Just like the just like the Tyson Fury and the Deontay Wilder. Now they got a picture of Deontay Wilder and his glove gate now. Now we got a Deontay Wilder glove gate now. You know why? It's because nobody just can't take their loss like a man. Whether people like it or not, whether people feel that Manny Pacquiao won or lost or whatever, they feel that he won. And people want to do slow motion videos and try to count every punches to the narrative of what they want to believe. On paper, Floyd beat Manny. Let it go, y'all. Let it go. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We lost. We lost. Yo, was good, Smoke? We lost. They won. And they was happy about it. That's what people got to... that's the reason why people still want to talk about the shoulder and we want to talk about the IV and want to talk about the test and they filed the application for Manny Pacquiao to take his shot. Forget about the shot. That was Manny Pacquiao's team's fault. At the end of the day, Manny Pacquiao lost to Floyd. Let's let it go. If we could let go of that, a big chunk of Manny Pacquiao's hatred to Floyd will actually disappear. If people just to be like, yo, that's it. He won. That's it. Take the L. You know what? It wasn't a great fight. We all got bummed out by it. We all hated it, regardless if it was a Manny Pacquiao fans or Floyd Mayweather fans. I know Manny Pacquiao fans watching that fight was like, damn, Manny, come on, man. You throw 1,000 punches a fight. What's happening? Huh? You ain't know about the shoulder, just like we ain't know about the shoulders. Nobody knew about the shoulders, right? Man, come on, man. And it's a boring fight. It's a boring fight. We lost as fans. Yes, go fella. Floyd earned so much in sports. Matter of fact, in the position right now that Manny Pacquiao's in, working with Al Heyman and getting more money that he was getting in his last couple fights with Bob Arum, maybe there should be some thankful to be made. Maybe thank you for introducing me to Al. Even though I'm not a real fan of Al, because I'm a fan and Al does everything for the fighters, it's not really about the sport. It's about his fighters. So if business wise, yes, I'm looking at Al Heyman. Al Heyman's that dude. But as a fan, I'm like, nah, Al Heyman is not for me. But who is Manny Pacquiao working with? If you want to compare the matches, also, Marcus got robbed. Yes. Thurman was about to KO Manny if they fight had one more round. Ooh, you don't know. So put championship fights on free TV. Pac destroyed Pac 3 times. Let's talk about them both. Forget about that. This is about Manny and Floyd. We could talk about that when I open up the panels. I'm going to do it in a minute. I just want to have that bit of intro. Let y'all rock. We're going to be rocking. Of course, when we're comparing the opponents, what's the other thing that they talk about? They talk about Manny Pacquiao, small, beating up old bigger men after bigger men after bigger men. Yes. Manny Pacquiao beat bigger man after bigger man. Yes. Climbing the ladder, 8th division world champion. Yes, we all know that. But let's not also act like Floyd was some big dude also. PBC cars were bad pre-COVID. See, all right now. True. I don't think PBC was going to do nothing this year, in my opinion, Johnny. For real. I don't think so. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of the PBC like that. It's not about the fighter. It's not about like the fighters. I just know that it's not about legacy. It's all business, man. You already know, man. It's business. But Al Heyman, it's just for his clients. That's it. He don't give a damn about us. That's all right. We don't work with Al Heyman. Al Heyman is his manager and advisor. He's not a manager and advisor to the fans. And that's why as a fan, you don't give a damn about me. I don't give a damn about you. But a promotional company, they have to cater to us some way, somehow. A promoter has to cater to us some way, somehow. Just like you go in a club, the promoter has to come reach me. Comparing opponents, you already know that Manny Pacquiao obliterated the same opponents that they have, compared to the same opponents they have together. Yes, Manny Pacquiao obliterated his opponent. His opponents compared to Floyd. But let's not act like he ain't beat the Canelos of the world. Now, when people gonna be like, well, Canelo wasn't Canelo. Manny Pacquiao beat older fighters and younger fighters. Floyd Mayweather beat older fighters and younger fighters. I remember when people was like, oh man, he gonna be fighting Bellamir, whatever his name is. What was it? From Argentina. Yo, why he's fighting that 35-year-old? Yeah, but he's fighting him for belts, and he beat Zab Judah, and he beat who he beat before that too. Zab Judah and Arturo Gatti, right? But when Floyd Mayweather beat him, is like, he's old. So I can understand the argument on both sides. But if we know all of that, we know if certain excuses shouldn't be excuses, and the excuses just come up because one hates the other, and it's almost like what we're watching with this Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Is one story said, look, the Deontay Wilder fans will say Tyson Fury had the glove gate. Now we got a new glove gate. Deontay Wilder, and this is just coming up because the fans is bringing this up. It's fans doing this. Mr. Moan, which one you prefer, a PO boxer or a warrior in the ring? Which one is more entertainment and good for business? Good for business is a warrior in the ring, but I believe they both. But I know how you're trying to put it. But for me, they both warriors. When you step inside a ring, you are a warrior. Once you step inside that ring, you're a warrior. The warrior spirit is what? The warrior spirit that is that you have to take more risk. Is that what you mean? That what makes a warrior taking the most risk, but I think the risk is already getting inside the ring, whether we like it or not. Whether we like it how he performs or not, or anybody else performs, it takes a warrior to get inside that ring. Mayweather nor Manny Pacquiao quits, right? Manny Pacquiao's fought with a bum shoulder. Floyd Mayweather has fought with broken hands. They both warriors. So, man. Manny Pacquiao has fought his catch weights. Did Floyd Mayweather fought his catch weight too? Floyd Mayweather has fought for the same belt. Manny Pacquiao has fought for the same belt. Has Floyd Mayweather become undisputed? Has Manny Pacquiao become undisputed? So we got to nip it in the bud. Both of these men struggle in their own way when growing up. Floyd Mayweather represented America in the Olympics. Manny Pacquiao had a fight to make a living. But even Floyd Mayweather had a fight to make a living and had to also become a team and became professional as a team. Both of them as little guys that moved up. Of course, not like an 8 division world champion, but also a 4, 4, 3, 5 division world champion is also very, very accomplished. Is very, very great. One man is undefeated, the other one is not. But that doesn't diminish the greatness of Manny Pacquiao either. Because it's not about wins and losses, about how you lose, how you win, how you pick yourself back up, how you making adjustments. And yes, Manny Pacquiao's probably career is more his career translating more to a normal life itself, to a person, the ups and downs, the falls, the exceeding expectations, the odds, yes, but also Floyd Mayweather had the same odds as well. So why we all just can't respect these both fighters for what they've done? Because you might be a fan of one, the other one hates the other. Because you might like one person's characteristic and the other one is not. But let's be, like I said earlier, if we would have had a camera, and let's say if Manny Pacquiao documented before he gave himself to Jesus Cristo, Jesus Christ, if he would have documented, how would he look? He will probably look worse than Floyd Mayweather, because at least Floyd Mayweather was having fun with the girls, but this dude was drunk, having and gambling and having fun with the girls. Remember what Manny Pacquiao said? They asked him how you was drinking. He said he was drinking for the whole 24 hours a day. Do you know what's that? Ladies and gentlemen, Manny Pacquiao said it. So imagine if you would have had Manny Pacquiao and there's document of Manny Pacquiao being drunk and womanizing the ladies and stuff like that. And then we see another image. But we let that go and we let that man fix his life and we commend him. And people fix it a different way. Some people find God. Some people find Jesus. Floyd Mayweather might not feel like he needed. I don't know. I do feel like everybody need God in that's just my opinion though. But you live your life the way you live it. I'm gonna put the link on now. I could get this is like talking about politics and religion. We could be talking about this forever. I just wanted to be in a concrete. Let's have a concrete understanding. Let's be real. Let's put all the aside. If you're a Mayweather fan, Manny Pacquiao, or if you just both of these guys fans, then yeah, let's speak. It's about peace. They gotta give their props. That's it. It's no way that you can't give Manny Pacquiao his props. No way that you can't give Floyd Mayweather. I'm not talking about just a portion of their prop. I'm talking about give them the 100% credit and their props. Now, character and whatever that we see, but we don't know. If you don't know, let's see, I don't know Floyd. I don't know Manny Pacquiao. I don't know if Manny Pacquiao was pulling up a front. I don't know Floyd Mayweather is just putting up front. I feel like Floyd Mayweather does not live the person that he shows. I know he'd be like, yo, let me put this in IG and he count his money. But for real, he don't be counting his money. Oh, let me be in a club but he don't care. He be in his office. But it's just perception. It's just perception. It's just perception, in my opinion. And we don't know if it is. We don't know which perception it is. That's the truth. Send the link up, man. Anybody, yo, good looking out for the people already in the chat. Sub Super, Sub Los, L, Johnny, Smoke. I'm doing it. You sub, good fella. Preaching to the choir, you feel me? USA, USA. Why does the whole world loves respect Manny far more than the ignorant of Floyd then? I think is image. I think is whatever they put out there. It's whatever you put out there. I think that Floyd Mayweather puts out that image, but if you really, really follow Floyd or boxing, is Floyd really that guy 100%, or is he just doing that for camera? Because when you hear everything around him, you don't hear that from everybody around Floyd, that he's arrogant, that he's this and that. You don't hear it from people. We see it from him, but hey, how many people we know in Instagram that you be like, it could be your boy, or it could be a girl that you know, and you be like, that ain't her. She broke. You know what I'm saying? Why she acting up? Like, look on IG. That's not her life. How many people you know that you go on IG and you be like, yeah, and that's your boy. You be like, yeah, almost like, you know, how about those fathers that, you know, your boy in the hood or whatever where you live at, you know, he don't take care of his kids, but here comes Father's Day, he got a picture of all his 3 kids, and you be like, and he see his kids like once a year, but he says, I love my kids to death, and I do whatever it takes, I do whatever for them, and then you just see him like a couple of days in a year. How many you see that in IG? A lot of people live by perception. I don't care about those guys personally in life. I just like great fighters, which these guys are. It's true, man. Damn, brother had to bring the race car. Damn, keep it boxing. No, I ain't bringing the race car. I could do it the other way. I do it the other way. Nah, I ain't bringing the race car. Nah. I ain't trying to bring the race car, man. Yeah, what's good, Tangible? What's good, bro?
What's happening, fellas? I'm very mad at you because this debate has sickened me for years now. I hate the Mayweather-Pacquiao debate, and I don't think there can ever be a truce between the two. I just feel like it's unrealistic. I feel like Mayweather and Pacquiao fans will constantly be at each other's throat. In fact, I think it's... I don't know. I mean, yes, I hate this debate.
Oh, you hate the debate?
Yeah. I don't think there can ever be a truce between the two. I mean, there's just an everlasting hatred between the two. It's just a massive mental, physical, spiritual warfare between Mayweather and Pacquiao fans who just go at each other's throats every single day. I mean, it is just an incredible ritual.
So briefly tell me, if you was everybody's therapist, the Manny Pacquiao fans and the Floyd Mayweather fans, tell me, how can you bridge that gap? How can you make them understand it? It's spiritual warfare.
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't think, like I said, I don't think there's really any way you can bridge the gap. I think they're just always going to be at each other. Although I will say, maybe I can just say move on to another fighter since they're both retired. I don't know. In my opinion, though, I mean, I guess it's kind of counterproductive for me to give my opinion on Pacquiao and Mayweather. But, I mean, whoever you rank above who, I really don't care. I think, I just think both guys are overrated, and that's it.
Well, I really ain't, to be honest, I think this live it wasn't really about debating about which one is better. To be honest, it was about it's about people putting things into perspective and truly what they hate, they shouldn't be hating on either side. It's almost like this is practically is a waste of time of hating these guys that accomplish so much in the sport of boxing, and they should be not praised, because if you want to praise the guy, you praise the guy, but whatever. But give them 100% of their credit.
Yeah, to respond to the chat, yeah, Manny isn't retired, but compare him to somebody else today. I'm tired of Floyd. I mean, they shouldn't hate on each other. They shouldn't be going at each other's throats. But at the same time, when when they're always boxing, when guys have great careers, you always are curious to see how people rank them. You always are curious to see how they would stack up against legends of the past. It's just kind of how it is. And the fact that they were always sort of on top amongst one another, it's just no way to resist those comparisons.
In a boxing ring or personality, because I feel like that's what it is. I think there's more.
Both.
That's why I did that poll earlier. If you see the poll, it's not really about what Floyd Mayweather did in the ring. People don't like his personality, but yet they translate that into his career. And then, oh, he's a bum. He's a bum. But it's just not, he's not a bum. It's because people just doesn't like his character. And people need to separate that.
Yo,
Johnny, what's good?
Morning. What's up, boys? How you doing?
Good, man. Good live show last night, man.
Yeah, bro, like I said, I fucking screwed up my account and shit. I was like, I had to do a bunch of, I was like, finally I got it back. Okay, beautiful.
That's what's up.
Yeah. But nah, look, man, everybody knows I hate Floyd. I ain't gonna sugarcoat that shit. Everybody's been to my channel. Y'all know I can't stand Floyd. But nah, he was a great fighter. I just fall. You can listen, bro. If you compare the two, you can make a good argument for either guy being better than the other. You can make a solid argument for either one of them being better. I just happen to fall on the Pacquiao side of things. That's all.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right, but it's almost like that. Let's break it down in layman's terms, right? Let's talk about it. Let's say if it was just boxing channels, right? Johnny Boy is man, he's vulgar. Yeah. He's vulgar. There's no holds bar, raw, say it in your face, whether you like it or not. But the dude knows his boxing.
I appreciate that.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
And then you might have another channel that we like, and they may be punch drunk, man. His delivery, yeah, he got charisma, blah blah. And then another dude might be some quiet, or you got the you know, you got your different preachers. You got your TDJs, you got your Joel Osteen.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you discredit them. Like, it's just a preference. But you know, at the end of the day, they know they're boxing.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Absolutely.
You know, so that's how I see it.
Yeah. What's good, Intangible? What's up, bro?
Nothing much this morning. I also sort of fall on the Pacquiao side. I think Pacquiao's career was a little bit better than Mayweather's because he's fought longer. His career is he's had more wins. But I mean, I really don't care that much about this debate anymore.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's not even to me. Like my intention wasn't really the debate of who's better, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. It's like we already know. That's almost like every time when I do talk about this, I say it got that type of feeling of if you know hip hop, for example, and you love Biggie, you ain't like Pac.
Yeah,
you love Pac, you ain't love Biggie. If you love Jay-Z, you ain't love Nas. If you love Nas, you don't like Jay-Z. But we all know they fucking great artists.
You know what's another one? You know what's another one? Punch is Shine Paul, bro. Everybody called him a bootleg Biggie back. I fucking loved Shine, bro. I loved Shine back.
Yeah. Matter of fact, he's running for office. I think he's a political official right now in Belize.
Where did he move back to Belize, or where's he from? Belize, yeah.
He's a political official.
Yeah, that's what's up. Good for him, man. He's trading his life out. Yeah.
Hey, yep.
Yeah, good hats off to him.
That's what's up. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
You know, but we can't deny the greatness. Now, we're not gonna go song for song. See, we've been past that, just like we've been past, well, Floyd Mayweather beat him, and he beat him when he was at this age. Well, Pac beat him at this age, and he obliterated this man, and Floyd Mayweather could have knocked him out. See, that's old. That's the debate that's washed up. It's old.
Somebody asked me a week or two ago, they're like, yo, if you had to pick one, what would you pick? The All Eyes on Me album or The Life After Death? I'm like, bro, I ain't picking. Those are both like top 10 all time, bro.
Right? They're on my playlist, man.
Yeah.
You're telling me I got to pick. Why you making my life hard?
I'm like, dude, those are both Two all-time great CDs right there. I ain't picking one over the other.
Right? Nah. So it's like, yeah, Floyd Mayweather versus Oscar De La Hoya and Manny Pacquiao, Oscar De La Hoya. Yeah, he obliterated, but that's just past. That's not even the issue no more. Like we already know, everybody know their career in the like they know their own fucking life. So the question really is what's the hate all about? That's it. It shouldn't be no hate. If the hate is that you're still mad that Floyd did pick up that win versus Manny Pacquiao, let it go, because I feel like we all lost.
Bro, it's one of them things that you can argue about for 3 days and you'll still never get to a conclusion. It's like sitting there with somebody and debating who won the Leonard Hagler fight, dog. Like you never get, you know what I'm saying?
I'll ask this question to you, Intangible and Johnny, right? Did this fight dent their legacy in any way? Not dent, meaning like did it do anything? Enhance it, dent it? Did the laws for Manny Pacquiao, did it be like, oh man, let's put Manny Pacquiao a little lower or Floyd a little higher? Because I don't feel like that fight did anything.
Well, I do think it enhanced Floyd and more than it did Pacquiao. I mean, that's a great win on Floyd's record that Manny Pacquiao missed out on in the case of Floyd. So I think it absolutely does enhance Mayweather's resume that he got it, in my opinion.
No, I can understand your opinion, but this is a fight that we're going to be talking about the results, but we're never going to be talking about the fight. We're not talking about this fight like Leonard and Duran. We're not talking about this fight, not even like Ward and Gotti. This fight is the fourth round. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I don't even hear anybody talk about the fourth round. Honestly.
So
I either hear people say Floyd dominated him or people say Manny got robbed in vague ways. That's all I hear.
That's the hate. I hear about the shoulder more than the performances by any other fighter.
Yeah. See, I don't think neither one of them things happened. I don't think nobody got dominated, and I don't think what was the other thing you said, Intangible?
Manny was just robbed in the
referee. Yeah, he didn't get robbed, but he didn't get dominated. I'm in the middle, bro. I keep it. You know what I'm saying? I keep it in the middle.
Yeah, like both of them. I mean, both, nobody dominated. It was more like this guy played defensive the whole fight, and this one was trying to, but he couldn't be his old self because whatever reason. That's it. Yeah, and we all lost as fans and got played. He smiled and hugged.
Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back in a sec, though.
All right, my brother. That's how I feel. So for me, when we talking about this hatred of Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, both Manny Pacquiao fans and Floyd Mayweather fans should be like, you know what? We all got played. Forget about why you feel that he got robbed. We all got played. It was a horrible fight. Horrible event. Horrible fight. One man knew he was hurt, was not 100%. The other guy played defense all day. We saw his father screaming at him to go fight or whatever. Manny Pacquiao he only had that four for the 6th round flurries. Barely threw punches compared to what Manny Pacquiao's known. They all failed us.
I mean, it wasn't that they played us. I think the result was pretty much in the whole time. I mean, I thought maybe the fight would have been more competitive a few years ago, but by that point, I thought that Pacquiao had declined more and Mayweather was a little bit better than him at that time. And I knew the styles didn't mesh. Yeah, and I knew that Mayweather was going to win. I didn't expect it to be a slugfest. I just came in with little expectations, and there are fights that were better at the time that could have been made that weren't that fight.
True. I felt the same way. Me like prior to the fight, I'm like, yo, this fight is not going to mesh up. It's not. The styles is not going to be doing good. It's not. Just like the Broner and Manny Pacquiao, it's not going to mesh up. It's a style that when you got a dude that's just playing defensive, the opening is going to be very, very minimal.
No, I agree.
And Manny Pacquiao got to that stage of I ain't even gonna waste my punches like that. Just like he did with Broner. I ain't gonna waste my punches. Let this guy ain't even trying to throw no punch. I'm just gonna waste my punch. Let me just go to the 12th round.
Yeah. He wasn't letting his hands go that much in the fight. I mean, I think that's more so to the credit of Mayweather, because he controlled the distance extremely well in that fight, as he does in all of his fights. And he just kept him at long range.
Exactly. Like, if people want a rematch, I feel like the only people that really want this rematch is because in their mind they still want Manny Pacquiao to get a chance of getting that W. It's not about because they really think it's going to be a good fight. They know it's not going to be a good fight. They trying to erase that. Oh, and I'm just saying, let it go. It wasn't a good fight anyway. And in my opinion, really, like, look where Manny Pacquiao is right now. WBA champion, he beat Keith Thurman.
Yeah.
Look, man, it actually, like, he's ending up better than Floyd's. Like you were saying, you like his career more at this point. Me as well.
Yeah, I feel like people contradict their statements when they keep asking for the fight. Like, they just want the fight because they want to see Floyd lose, but they turn around and say that, oh, a loss doesn't define you. Well, if you want to stick by that statement, just let the fight go and let Pacquiao do his thing right now. Exactly. And I agree with that. Yep. I don't think a loss should define your career.
I agree 100%. I mean, this is more impressive. Him being Keith Thurman at this level is more impressive to me.
I mean, is Drake Thodsey better than James Toney because he beat him in his prime? No, he's not. What matters is your career, personally.
Yeah, man. But that's one thing. I think there's a lot of things that they give Pac credit. I give Pac credit, and there's a lot of things with Floyd Mayweather they overlook. So I think it's with Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather is the storyline that switches up. Like, we know storyline is the storyline. The storyline of living in poverty and not having nothing and rising to the top. Right?
Yeah, those fights, the way I saw the fight, and I'm just going to say it again, it was pretty much just a fanboy war. Whose fanboys will prevail? Whose fanboys will have the moral high ground?
Do you think if Floyd Mayweather would have lost to Manny Pacquiao, they would have hated him that much, or their hate would just go away?
I don't really know, honestly. Maybe they still would. Floyd would have probably put a rematch clause in it, but I mean, if that was the only fight and he ended up winning it, I mean, I don't know. They probably wouldn't. They'd probably just be like, well, Pacquiao's obviously better, and that's just how it is. I really don't think it would have been. The hate wouldn't be as much as it is today, but they'd probably be more comfortable in their beliefs. They'd probably be more secure in their stance as they were previously. So, you know, when they were less secure, they'd have to get more defensive about Pacquiao and be more scrutinize Floyd a bit more.
I think the hate would have not diminished right away, because then they'll still go by his character. But I think that we got to understand this, or we know this, not even understand. We know this. The Manny Pacquiao fan base is as loyal as it comes. It's just like Conor McGregor's fan base. Conor McGregor could smack an old dude in the bar and they'll love him. Doesn't matter.
The guy could literally take his girl and he would just allow him to. He would just be like, you know, he would take that as an honor.
So the loyal fans with Floyd Mayweather, they're more a little hushed up. I don't know. I don't think there's it. It's crazy because there is a lot of Floyd Mayweather fans, but when he's fighting, every other fan base takes over.
Yeah, most of the buyers come from people who don't like him.
True.
Because they expect all.
Take it a go and hate or go and enjoy. Oh man, maybe
go and enjoy because they get that, they kind of secure that feeling in their head that, well, this is the opponent that's going to beat Floyd Mayweather. This is the opponent that's going to take his O. And they keep on convincing themselves of that so that they buy the pay-per-view and so that they can tell their kids, yo, I bought the fight that Floyd got slayed in.
So by now, it should be, yo, what's good, bro? By now, they'd be like, yo, let me just respect this dude. You know, I was like that with Kobe Bryant. I was an Allen Iverson fan. And we used to have that debate all the time. Who's better, Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant? You know, in the late 90s and then the 2000s. Nah, it's Allen Iverson. He's Allen Iverson. But you know what? Then Kobe was winning until I submitted and be like, you know what? Kobe's the man. All right. Kobe is the man.
Yeah.
There's no more hate left in me, man. That's it.
I was an AI guy too, bro. Yeah, I was an AI guy too. That was my first basketball jersey. Was the AI, the Sixers jersey? Yeah, it was the first bet. Yeah,
and I think at this point, people just submit, not submit that say that Floyd Mayweather is better than Manny Pacquiao, but just say that's it. Why hate Floyd Mayweather for what? Don't tell me because Manny Pacquiao submitted to Jesus Christ, because the same people that say that says, well, Manny Pacquiao gave himself to God, they be talking dirty as well. Y'all be talking like y'all evil when y'all talk about Floyd Mayweather. Y'all supposed to be saying, I'm praying for Floyd.
Yeah.
If y'all bringing the Christian stuff, I'll pray for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can do that, but yeah.
All right, so all right. Let's play. I'll play those out. Okay, why you can't do that? Tell me why you hate Floyd Mayweather. Talk to me.
Shit. How long you got, bro?
You hate him that much and need a day?
Nah, man. He just pulled too much sucker shit for me his whole career, bro. For me to be like, I just can't do it, dog. I just, between the fucking stalling these dudes out and crying about the money and the glove, like, nah, fucking out of here. Yeah, he did too much for me, bro. And then on top of that, I mean, people got their own preferences. I like the Pacquiaos and the Marvin Haglers of the world. If you like slick defensive shit, that's on you. I like dudes that come and
okay. So it's style. It's style.
Yeah. And
how
plus,
about,
yeah.
But okay, so I put it like this though.
Uh-huh.
If they will compare your delivery as a debater or a dude that talks boxing, you will be on the Mayweather side though.
Yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing with me, bro. As much as I don't like him, I'm not going to tell you he wasn't a great fighter. He was a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't like the son bitch. I just don't like it. Yeah. I don't like him. Yeah.
You don't like the person or the fighter?
Neither one of them. I don't like neither one of them.
But the person, because he's cocky.
I mean, well, I mean, it's kind of throughout the whole family, you know. And I don't.
You hate the whole Mayweather.
I hate the whole clan. I hate the whole clan, dog. I hate the whole clan of them, bro.
I like Senior though, man. I like Senior.
Jeff's cool. Senior ain't bad. He's starting to lose his marbles a little bit there, but he cool. He cool. That's what you know. I think I maybe lightened up a little bit just because he's retired. Just because he's retired and I don't have to hear about him no more, or not nearly as much as I used to. So yeah, you know,
he's choppy. He's choppy.
Yeah. I mean, I just, you know, I mean, and look, like I say, if it was so easy for him to beat Pacquiao and all this, then why didn't he run it back with him? You know.
So you want to see that fight again?
Here's my thing. If they were to do a rematch, I want that to be both guys' last fight, end of story, not come back for Conor McGregor, not come back to fight, you know, this other dude. Just y'all, if they were to do it, that's it for both of y'all. Go out on that note and right off with the bag of gold, like Clint Eastwood over here. You know what I'm saying?
And if the same results happen again in the same style, how would you feel?
I say, okay, Floyd beat him fair and square. Hats off.
So you don't feel like he beat him fair and square the first fight?
I think, look, that whole situation was just kind of fishy to me, between the arm and then Floyd maybe getting caught with whatever he got caught with, and then there was so much money into it and anticipation. Like, it just, the whole circumstance was just kind of off. I don't know, if that makes sense, bro. Yeah, that whole situation was just kind of off, I thought.
It was a lot of things going on in the last weekend, put it that way, right?
Yeah. There was a lot of, that's why I was like, okay.
But I would take the responsibility will go to Manny Pacquiao's camp.
Yeah. I mean, if his arm was screwed up, they should have said something beforehand. No, they should have. But in the same breath, like, people been waiting for that fight for 7 years, and all of a sudden you got an arm injury. Katz is gonna be like, oh, he's ducking, blah 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 blah. But I don't know, man. That whole situation was just odd.
and that's why I say that when people do say that, this is why I think people got to be fair. When there's people that say he could have postponed it, but then come on, how he knew he was gonna get that bag? What about he would have postponed it? Then Floyd Mayweather would have tried to say, nah, he won't want to fight him, blah blah, right?
Yeah.
Then we could see that Manny Pacquiao was also fighting for the money and the bag, meaning both guys got their eye on the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's only one guy that's perceived that he's the money guy that only cares about money. And Manny Pacquiao is the humble guy that he just out there, don't care about the money and just love the fans and want to perform with the fans. But he loved the money. That's why he couldn't postpone that fight. Yeah. And that's why I said they both robbed the bank.
Yeah, they both robbed the bank for sure. That ain't no doubt about it.
So me feeling like that, that's why I actually pushed that fight to the side. Because for me, the fight was boring. For me, ain't uplift anybody. Even Floyd Mayweather beating Manny Pacquiao didn't uplift him like, oh, it ain't uplift him like, yo, he beat Manny Pacquiao. And I was like, really? Like, really? It was like that.
Yeah.
It's like your child coming back with a 55 in his regions test. Dad, I passed the region. Yeah, with a 55. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, with 55. What you think? You would have like? Okay.
Yeah. That's congrats. I don't know.
Right? Yeah. That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? You coming home with a 2.0 average. Yeah, you passed, you got your degree, but then 2.0, man.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, bro. I know we talking Floyd. Man, I need some of these fights to get set, dog. What bro, it's driving me nuts, man.
Me too, man. Yeah. But I'll pay for any fight right now. I will pay for Jorge Linares and Javier Fortuna. I'll pay the pay-per-view, damn it. Just give me something to cheer for.
Yeah, that's a good fight right there, Linares and Fortuna, too. That's a good fight. Yeah. That's a good fight.
I was looking for the Regis Prograis Maurice Hooker. That would have been an awesome fight too.
That 140 division is something else, bro. And that's the thing. That's the thing about that 140, bro. I mean, that division's stacked up, bro. And most of them dudes is fighting each other too, which is more than can be said about some of these other divisions where the cats just talking.
Yeah.
But, I was looking forward to that Zepeda Barancik fight, man. That's a shame that got pushed off. But
yeah, this is the year of the tune-up. But you know what? Also, even if this wasn't a pandemic or coronavirus, whatever, the China virus.
Yeah, the China virus.
Yeah, he make me laugh. But if it wasn't for that, I still think that these fights was gonna happen. Just like the fights that we watching. These are gonna be the same fights.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying.
Fight was out there. Think about it.
Well, that's what I was saying before. I'm like, well, shit. Before even before all this shit happened, we were still getting Charlo and Jorge fucking Cotto over here and shit like that. Like, come on, man.
We still had Danny Swift Garcia, Red Catch. We still had Ugas on the same month where they just could have easily put Danny Swift Garcia versus Ugas. PBC could have easily do that.
Yeah. You know, Caleb planting Fagan boots. You know, yeah. I mean, the shitty thing is though, bro, we did have all them shit set for April and May, like the Inoue Casamaros and all that, and Hooker and Prograis, like you just said. Them all was set in stone too, is the shitty thing about it, you know. But
some of them, but it's the ones that we still gonna be watching, right? They haven't canceled, you know, with and Casimiro yet. They haven't canceled the Loma and Tio yet. They haven't canceled the Poliv and Anthony Joshua. They haven't canceled the Dillian White and the Dillian White and Povetkin. So these fights was gonna happen. I don't see no like, oh, what got in the way? Maybe we would have seen Manny Pacquiao fight early. Maybe.
Yeah. Hey, I speaking of that, since I know you talk to him a little bit in that, you know, don't say. I obviously, I'm sure you can't say too much or whatever. But is that shit going down though? From
the FEMO and
yeah,
it's going down.
It's going down.
It's going down for sure, man. It's going down, man.
Senior's a character, man. That dude.
I know, bro.
I see it. You know what's crazy, bro, about that fight is I fucks with both of them heavy, dog. I fucks with Loma and Tio heavy, dog. So I'm just over here like, shit, let's just see it, bro. Let's just see it. I fucks with both of them cats, dog. So
when I say that promotion's gonna be heavy, bro.
Yeah.
Just I mean, of course, you already know Vasalem Chico is like the English, but Senior's gonna take over, I think, on that promotion, and he gonna get Loma's dad tight.
Oh yeah. He gonna get, bro. He's gonna be talking his shit. I'm sure of it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be looking forward to watching it.
Now, was the holdup in announcing is the pandemic? That's what it is. No, I'm answering the A. Yeah, it's that. Nobody think about it. They're not really announcing dates. They trying to figure out if they could have fans. You know, that's why they waiting for the last moment. You know, we want to have fans in there, make some more money.
Well, that's what I say. It's not like it's one of these fights that ain't set. Like none of them is set. Like Wilder Fury 3, that shit ain't set. AJ and Pula, like none of them shits is set, dog. Like they're just waiting trying to ride the storm out, bro.
Good looking out, R Rabbit. What's good, man? How you been, man? Everybody also, subscribe to Johnny Boy Boxing, subscribe.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. Shit, like I say, I was looking forward to that Alida Alvarez, Joe Smith. That's a good little fight right there, bro.
Yeah.
Shame, such a shame.
We lost. And I'm not going to blame the pandemic. No. I'm not going to blame it because I think we would have never had it. I mean, we would have had Shakur. We would have had Shakur Stevenson. We would have had that fight. Though we missed out Michael Conlon, but those fights were just gonna be a bunch of tune-ups.
Yeah, they was just tune-up fights.
Yeah. Good looking out for the donation, my brother. The LDBC still making excuses for Wilder fight. Yo, you saw that picture they put up?
Oh, Jesus, bro. See, this is man. This is the thing, bro. I'm not gonna name drop anybody, but the OG of that whole thing lives 15 minutes away from me, bro. And I talk shit about all them boys all the time, and they ain't doing nothing. All right, here's what it is, bro. Them dudes would have if they could have saved some face and stuck with one excuse and ran with it. Instead, they came up with 19 different excuses for why he lost that fight. If you could have saved a little bit of face and just stuck with the same shit and ran with it. But nah, you dudes came up with, his costume was heavy, the gloves was loaded, the ref stopped it too early, Breland gave Darrell a signal, like get out of here with that shit, bro. Yeah.
The best thing Deontay Wilder could do is just denounce that. Denounce it, just whatever they saying in that channel, man, it's all fake. I don't rock with them. I lost like a man and do the Joshua Greer type of No excuses. I lost. I'm gonna have a trilogy. I'm gonna go back into the drawing board. I'm gonna make it happen. Hire a couple of dudes, and that's it.
So, he ought to just say, here, look. He should just come out and say, look, all right, he got the best of me that time. We're gonna run it back, and we'll see what happens then, bro. Like shit. Let's get that third one on, and let's see what happens. That's what he should be saying. I lost. Let's run it back.
Exactly. I mean, like I can understand if probably you want to play it around if you ain't had that trilogy on lock, that rematch clause. But you gonna get the fight again. That's it. Like you ain't gotta. But it's not Deontay Wilder all day. It's these guys.
Yeah, exactly. It ain't.
And the sad part is that they got enough subscribers where they could seem like it's credible opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, my man, that's why I started the channel. I used to watch some people just to update me on the boxing, when you do this working or whatever. And I'm like, yo, man, this is just a trip. This is just some race baiting stuff right now. They just talking about their race and Latino and this and whites and this and everything is racist and we don't get what we want. And I'm like, and this is just becoming some race. It's just like watching CNN or something.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like, man, leave that shit at the door, bro. Because I don't give I don't give a damn what the dude looks like, where he comes from. If he deserves his props, I'm gonna give him his props, dog.
Yep.
Yeah. He said, who said that? I wouldn't say Johnny's racist. No, you know what Jay said? I tell people this all the time. I know how to push people's buttons, dog. Jay State. Okay. And that's why I don't even hate Errol Spence, dog. I don't. I think the kid's a tough son of a bitch, but I'd clown on him to piss them boys off, bro. I just, because if I see you're sensitive about something, I'm gonna keep poking at it. I'm gonna keep flicking the bean, dog.
Yeah. It's easy to poke them though. It's easy. I mean, put it this way. At this point, it's not even. Their man lost, which they promoted, was Deontay Wilder, and I like Deontay Wilder. I like Wilder.
I don't hate Wilder either. I just, like I say, I just be clowning on the dude just to piss these guys off, bro.
I like Wilder, but
the only cats I legitimately don't like is like Broner, Tank, and Floyd, and a couple other dudes, and that's about it. That's Amir Khan, silly ass, Chavez Jr., silly ass, like a couple of them. That's about it. The rest of these dudes, I just be clowning on to piss you.
Yeah. Oh. But to be honest, we don't even. I mean, I don't clown them because they just be fucking up.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't need a clown Gervonta Tank Davis because just see how he looks like when he's not contractual to fight. 3 months pregnant, viral, having baby mama drama. Like, ain't nothing for me to say. That's it. He got his own content.
Yeah, he got his own. Yeah, he's shit. Yeah. I don't even have to say nothing. It's already there for you. Yeah, right.
Exactly. I don't need to say anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Man, I know Devin Haney. He blocked me in every social media platform, and I don't even follow him on social media platform.
For real?
Yeah. His dad hit me up on a comment saying because I was calling him an email champion and all that stuff.
Oh shit.
Was I lying though? Even Eddie Hearn said that.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't said it. Somebody else said that. I'm just relaying the message.
Right?
Yeah. I'm just relaying the message.
I would just tell you, man, just don't take that belt, man. The WBC look like they on Don Julio right now. Don't mess with them right now. Yeah. So all I said, I was looking out for a brother.
Yeah. He should be called Tiny Tank. He's so fucking smart. B-Rabbit, you crazy, bro.
Yo, but who you think Manny Pacquiao's gonna fight next? What you think?
Man,
what do you want from Manny Pacquiao next anyway?
What do I shit? I think it might end up being Mikey, bro, but I'd like it to be Crawford, man. I'd really like it to be Crawford, dog. I just hope it ain't no goddamn Gennady Golovkin, bro. Nah.
Nah, I don't want that. I don't want that either, man.
He's too old for that.
To be honest, I didn't even want to do a content about that, but I'm like, yo, people's asking me, yo, Pun, what'd you think about Triple G and Manny Pacquiao? What you think about Triple G and Manny Pacquiao? I'm like, really?
Yeah, people was that's what people because a lot of the Filipino cats follow my shit too, and I was like, bro, I wasn't even trying to breathe life into that shit either.
Yeah,
but I had like 15 people like, yo, did you hear about the Pacquiao and Golovkin? I'm like, yeah. I heard. I was like, all right, fine. I'll just make a video about it. I'm like, bro, that's the biggest man he's ever fought. It's the hardest puncher he's ever fought. He's 43 years old. Like, no. Stop breathing life into that. You trying to get that man hurt. Stop it. Yeah.
And that's why I said, you know what? Right now, where Manny Pacquiao's at right now, he's immortal. It's like it's almost like you think about Mike Tyson. He's 53 years old. He's working out. You hear people, yo, Mike Tyson will come. Yo, he'll be probably the third best heavyweight. He'll beat him up. I'm like, that's just the immortal thing. Is that that's it. It's not even about. We never believed that Mike Tyson never lost.
I said this shit the other day, bro. It's like, bro, it's having Pacquiao fight Golovkin right now is like having the 45-year-old Duran that fought Camacho and them guys and Vinny Paz at the end. That's like having him fight a prime Gerald McClellan, bro. It's like, stop it. Like, come on, man. That's just,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
But that's the immortal thing, man. That's the immortal. Because if you think that Pac could fight Triple G, and there's a lot of people that feel that Triple G beat Canelo, that means you think that Manny Pacquiao should fight Canelo too.
I had another cat say, well, let's have this Pacquiao. I'm like, Canelo. I had another cat come to me say that too. Canelo and Pacquiao. Oh, he's right there in the comments. It was the same dude. I was like, bro, you dudes this. You're talking about a tiny welterweight fighting a 68-pounder, bro, who's 40, dog. Come on, man. Like, I'm not saying the dude can't. Pacquiao's always challenging himself, but bro, that's asking way too much right now.
Did you see the picture with Deontay Wilder, the glove?
Yeah.
What you think about that? That's just a counter attack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a piece of our old medicine. There you go.
We wouldn't even if them dudes didn't come up with 1,000 excuses after the fact, we wouldn't even be talking about Wilder Fury.
Let me see if anybody hasn't seen it. Let me put it close.
What does? Yeah.
That's his. You see this pic?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy, yeah. That's Deontay Wilder's glove. Now it's Deontay Wilder's glove gate.
Yeah.
But they did it to themselves.
Yeah, we'll do the 180 on you, bro. We'll talk about Wilder's glove gate.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's turning like the Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather about shoulder and the IV, and then it's this, and then now it's turning this.
That's just crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's the thing. These dudes, these groups of these fans be having these wars, bro. It be making me laugh, like the Spence and the Crawfords and the Canelos and the Triple G. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna give you my opinion. I'm gonna tell you how I saw it. A, B, C, and D. I don't care. I'm not gonna, cheer or fanboy for one. And people will tell you, because I've scored fights live before. Like, I just call it like I see it, dog. I thought Derevyanchenko beat Golovkin.
Me too. Yeah. I got on my live commentary. I said that was a robbery. I count every punch. If you see a live show, I'm like this: 2, 3, 4. Hit it with the left hook.
Yeah.
Hit it with the right.
Yeah, and I was a big Golovkin fan. They're like, nah. I had him beating Canelo twice, dog. And then there is still, but I thought he lost to Derevyanchenko. And he's like, and they're like, oh, bro, you're hating on him. I'm like, dude, don't even get me started, dog.
Yo, what's good, Kalua? You gotta fix the auto. I don't know, son. That's man echo.
For me? Oh.
All right, so are you fixed?
Yeah, you good. You good now.
Okay, it's just I had the camera on as well, so I guess my cell phone doesn't like that. Okay, first off, he said that I just gotta defend what he said earlier about Canelo versus Pac. What my point was on that stream was that if Pacquiao's gonna do a payout fight, it might as well be Canelo because that's the biggest payout he could get in boxing. But if you want to be serious, he should fight Mikey Garcia because that's a credible money fight. Plus, it's a winnable fight, and more likely he'll win that fight against him.
Well, and like I said, you got an echo.
Yeah, you got an echo killer.
All right, let me swap to my work mic, and we'll see. And hopefully I get
just fix it up and hop back.
Yeah, nah, shit. But like I say, I mean,
yo, what's good, Sacramento? Nah, yeah. Say what you. My fault. I cut you off.
No, you good, bro. I was just, well, shit. I mean, if you're just gonna go for a money fight, why not have him fight AJ in that fucking game?
Yeah. I was gonna say, I was gonna jump on that. I was gonna say, if it's the Mikey Garcia versus Manny Pacquiao that's serious, then I'd rather talk about what's serious and not what's a fan. I'm not gonna say fantasy, because any fight could be made in boxing, but I mean, what we want Manny Pacquiao to do at this stage of his career, really try to do the impossible, because we feel the warrior of Manny Pacquiao. He could do anything. Like, in the end of the day, Manny Pacquiao, yes, I consider Manny Pacquiao. People come at me, I consider Manny Pacquiao the greatest of all time. I consider him that, but I also know that he's not invincible.
Yeah. Exactly.
We did see Manny Pacquiao lose and get knocked out his career, y'all. Let's be we could be fans, but be realistic at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, another one was my grandpa used to tell me all about this shit. Archie Moore back in the old days. Archie Moore, everybody think, oh no, he's got one more left in him. He's got one more left in him. He's got one more left in him. Nah, he don't, bro. He's 45 years. Like, no,
he got one more L in him. He got one more L in him.
Yeah.
Pacquiao should only take money fights so he could actually win at this point. The guy's his legacy's already defined. But the thing is, like, he's missing out on, like, during a conversation, they were talking about him fighting, like, Pacquiao fighting Spence or Crawford. I'm like, I don't think there's a winnable fight for him at this point in his career. He's too small. He's older. They say, well, look at the Keith Thurman fight. Yeah, look at the Keith Thurman fight. And Keith Thurman's fight, he really showed his age. He dominated the first part of the fight. Then because of his age, he faded at the last part, which is why Keith even had a chance to even win that fight, because Pacquiao just got old in between that actual fight itself. In that fight, he got old.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was fighting. I think this is what I see with Manny Pacquiao, and only very few of great athletes understand. Manny Pacquiao understands his body. Manny Pacquiao is not trying to be young. He doesn't train like he wants to be young. See, there's athletes, like, when they get up to their 30s, they're trained and they want to be young again. Oh, I got to do this. I got to be young again. It's almost like you in your life, you'd be like, I want to look young again. Nah, Manny Pacquiao was at his best. He's the best 41-year-old Manny Pacquiao he could be. And that goes to anybody in life. If you're 35, be the best 35-year-old you could be. Don't be 35 trying to be 25. It's not going to happen. Be the best 35. And it eventually could be your best. It could be better than your 25, but be your best at your age. He knows his adjustments. It's almost like Michael Jordan. Like I said earlier, after he retired, he came back. He was still great, but he adjusted to his body. He ain't trying to fly over everybody no more. He couldn't do it like that. So he adjusted, went to the drawing board and adjusted to his age and what he could do and how long could he work out. And Manny Pacquiao's the same way. Keith Thurman wasn't prepared because Keith Thurman wasn't prepared before the fight. He has to live like a champion, not just be ready on a contractual fight. And that's what's happening with a lot of these fighters nowadays. They're getting prepared for the 8 weeks while other fighters just looking like Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford, a gym rat. You can't tell him to be like, oh, let's be ready for a fight. He's already ready.
Well, as far as like fighters not being prepared, a lot of it's mainly just PBC fighters because for some reason they all think they're Floyd without putting the Floyd work in it. Floyd, one of the best fighters of all time. He was a big
Gotcha.
gym rat. Like you could not like you had to like shoot the guy to get him out of a gym. Just like
Exactly.
Canelo, just like Ryan Garcia now these days, like Crawford, like all the elite fighters, and just like any of the sports, the more time you spend in the gym, the more likely you're going to be to succeed. Like, uh, t- uh, hard work beats talent, but talent with hard work, you just become unstoppable, and that's how you become a great.
Yo, what's good, Sean?
Hey, look, man, I just want to give you props, man, for this show. I love coming on here. I know I'm wearing the uniform and I'm working, man, but I ain't representing the Army. Nothing I'm saying is representing the Army in this conversation in all no way whatsoever. These are just my opinions.
All right.
But nah, man, I gotta give props to you. I'm a big Pacquiao fan, man, and
Yeah.
I, if you ask me, I think he won, man. But it ain't even about that. I gotta give props to Floyd though, because what he was able to do, no boxer has ever been able to do against Pacquiao, man. How you dodge punches like that? You know how you gotta give credit to that artwork, man, that he did. And a lot of people don't like Pacquiao fans like me. We don't give credit to that, bro, because Pacquiao, even though his arm was hurt, he came at him with everything.
Yeah.
And he dodged everything. He did get hit. He got cracked one round and all. But yo, the man put in the work. So tie.
Yeah.
Say tie.
Yeah, that's how I see it. Like, yeah, Floyd Mayweather won, but I didn't see it like I feel like we all lost.
Yeah.
Like there was no, for me, there was no really win in that fight. Yeah, he got the W, but for me, it wasn't a win in that fight. And boxing lost.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
agree wholeheartedly, man. What's the deal with the new fighters now, though? Why everybody trying to take his blueprint? Like they trying to be like Floyd right now. Everybody trying to.
You know why? Because the blueprint, which we don't like, I don't like the blueprint, but it worked. It was lucrative. So now, if these fighters are signed with Al Heyman, and Al Heyman gave Floyd Mayweather the blueprint, then the blueprint is there. I mean, that's the problem. That's why I wish it didn't work. I wish I wish it wasn't lucrative, that fight, because then people would be like, "Oh, see, that fight bombed." So now everybody following the blueprint.
Okay, I'll first start off. If you are part of the Army, thank you for your service. You know, you don't get think enough because without you, we wouldn't be where we are today. We wouldn't be safe. We would all be who knows where. So thank you for your service, and it's very important that you should always get love just for that.
Hey, brother, it's an honor, man. It's an honor.
Yeah,
it should be, but not as much as we honor you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You the real modern day gladiators, buddy.
Nah, my dude, you are.
Nah, you are, buddy.
Trying to be like you.
Nah. It's harder. You gotta have balls and heart to be like you, bro.
So.
Okay, and now like to one of my points is as far as like Mayweather, like one of the things about people understand about Mayweather is like Mayweather's two parts. First part was Showtime Lakers Mayweather, then we have the Spurs Mayweather. The reason like the second fight really disappointed because the Spurs showed up that game, and nobody likes the Spurs. Whenever you're like, when it follows basketball, they know what I'm talking about. They're both winning strategies. They're both highly effective. Showtime was very effective of winning the games, but they were flashy with it, so people enjoyed those games. The Spurs, when they went on their tear, people hated them because they were boring, because nobody likes defense. People like offense, not defense. And the issue with like the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight was the Spurs showed up. Manny Pacquiao, who usually fights like at a very high octane fight, he didn't show up that fight. It was like it was Manny's job to go in, throw a bunch of punches, and win the fight that way. And it was Mayweather's job to be the Spurs and just defend, slow it down, grind out the game, and win. But Pacquiao didn't show up, which I put more fault on Pacquiao that fight than I do Mayweather, because Mayweather did his thing. We knew who Mayweather was. We knew who Pacquiao was. It was Pacquiao's job to make the fight advance, and he didn't.
He tried though. They were nullified. It's nullified.
Yeah.
They're the
smash the like button. Smash the like button.
They're the best at what they do. Like one's all offense, the other one's super defense. Like,
he neutralized. He neutralized his punch count. And that's what it was. If you can neutralize Manny Pacquiao's punch count, you go to a decision, then it's gonna be close.
I agree.
You know,
I agree.
but I don't know. That's
They will be
that's
throwing some videos out there talking about I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna do this. It's like, man, like, what are you trying to do? Like, you taking like fame from your other fighters. You're taking like spotlight, time in the spotlight. Like, you got people out there you need to be promoting, not really yourself.
You know,
go ahead, John.
You know what kills me, bro? When Tank Davis or one of these cats is having a press conference, and then Floyd gets up there and starts talking about himself, and I'm like, bro, you an ignorant ass, bro. Man.
Yeah, I think that's the hate. That's the hate of Floyd.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro, yeah.
And if that's the hateful Floyd, I think people should just keep it there. I don't like the personality, the character, unhumble, all that. But when it comes to boxing, I think he should get 100% credit. But when it comes to that, then that's another avenue where I could understand, because he did that to himself. He portrayed that character. He wants to be that. And I do think he got hit a lot though, because he doesn't stutter, but he repeats himself all the time. For how many years he's gonna say, I make smart investment? Like, okay, you said it in every video, bro. I got it.
Bro, I guarantee you, the week they announce, whenever it gets announced, who knows, it might be a month or 6 months, whatever. But I guarantee you, when they announce Pacquiao's next fight, I guarantee you, Floyd's gonna come crawling out from under his rock and say, well, you know what? I'm gonna come back and box Khabib, even though Khabib can't box worth shit. So yeah, let's get there.
But can you blame him though? Can you blame him? He gonna make mad money. He's got to provide for his family. He's got an easy opportunity.
The reason why he's capitalizing is because people hate him. So I want people to love him, because he's capitalizing off that. If people love him, he wouldn't get paid like that. Yeah,
that's true too. That's true too. Shit, that fool could have built a whole new Detroit with all the money he had for credit.
True. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you like this: if Manny Pacquiao was from Detroit, that water would be clean as hell.
There's a lot of ways for his community. That's for damn sure. He's the people's champ. So what does it come down to? Like, how do you want to be remembered? As the villain, bad guy that makes a ton of money, or the people's champ? True. Be honest with yourself. But he can't get mad though. He can't get mad. He cannot, at the end of the day, on some real life stuff, get upset about how people look at him, or how people
he did it to himself.
Talk about him. He does it to himself. Shooting yourself in the foot, nonstop.
Yep. He did it to himself.
He did that.
And the thing is, he has the opportunity to actually switch up on his character. He could actually show the humanitarian effort. Even Roy Jones, look what he's even doing in Russia. That looks like he's doing a lot of good things out there.
Yeah, I respect that, man. Oh, Roy Jones, man, God, dude.
Mike Tyson is doing it right now.
He said the fight, need to fight the best. Stop talking up all this stuff. Stop doing all this, all this politics stuff, man. Just fight the best. And I'm getting really disappointed, man. Like, I look at Ryan Garcia, man. I look at, like me, young me. I'm like, dude, stop, stop chit-chatting like that. Stop acting like a little ass kid. You know what I mean?
They follow the blueprint. That's what it is.
Everybody want to be a boss, man. Everybody's taking pay cuts right now. Everybody's hurting, man. What makes you better than everybody else, man?
You know what the thing is, bro? These cats, they want to shoot straight to the top. They don't want to walk up the steps to get there. They just want, that's what that's the thing. And then speaking of and I heard you say this before too, punshdrunk. That's the thing that's why Teofimo's the exception to me, because he just went in there, slept the champion in 2 rounds, is trying to fight arguably the best pound for pound arguably the best pound for pound in the world. So he's the exception to me. He's actually backing his shit with the shit he's talking. He's backing it up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the Ryan crying about, oh, I'm getting 200 grand. But you fighting a bum, bro. What do you think? What do you think you're gonna be making, dog?
Right.
Like, shit, you're 20 years old, bro. You know what I would have done for 200 grand when I was 20?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, man.
I think I think it is if we could look at both sides, because I think I don't know if you saw the video, but I went ham on him. But then I try to look at not the fan point of view, but let's say the business, or if I was the manager, if I was, because sometimes we fans, we be like, yo, just fight and go out there and fight, and I don't know the ins and outs of his contract. I don't know what he was promised. I don't know if he's saying, you know what, I'm young. Let's say we could take this analogy. Okay, you're young, go and fight. Come on, why you complaining? Or he could say, yo, I don't need a rush. If the money is not there, I'll fight. I'm young enough. I'll fight. I'll keep training and I'll fight when there's fans. So I'm young enough. I could wait. I don't got to rush myself.
Yeah.
If you ain't gonna rush me, Golden Boy, then don't rush me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how much work is Golden Boy putting in for him? It's a give and take relationship. But like, we need you right now. Hey, I need you to we need this. I need you to come out there and fight. That's the stuff we don't hear about.
But these promoters are lacking though nowadays. These promoters are lacking though. For example, I think Ryan Garcia is pulling in more of the work and promotion. See, I think Ryan Garcia feels like I already had millions looking at me before I even signed to you like that. Like, y'all not promoting me. I think that's the problem with Ryan Garcia. Y'all not promoting me like this. Promote me like you will promote Canelo Alvarez. I'm not saying he's promoting Canelo Alvarez, but I'm saying promoters are not promoting the fighters like they used to be. And maybe it's because they're promoting their fighters like if this was, the dinosaur, they going by the old way of promoting. These old fighters, you think Bob Arum know how to use Twitter? He don't know that type of promo. Where's the damn button?
Shit, I don't even know how to.
That speaks a lot for President Donald Trump, though, because he knows a whole lot about the Twitter and everything. So that just speaks volumes of him.
Yeah, man. He knows.
My boy, best commander in chief I've ever had.
The commander in chief, Captain Orange,
number one.
Preach.
Yeah, man.
Oh man,
I don't think president in history that I can think of. He's like a mix of.
You go in that route with me? Come on, man. It's gonna go all the way there.
Modern day Abraham Lincoln.
Ooh, you hear that? What you think about that, Johnny?
Oh, you know what, bro? To be honest with you, homie, I stay completely, and I've said this a million times, I stay completely out of the politics. I don't pick a side. I don't pick a side. If you want my personal opinion about something, I'll give it to you. But I don't, I just stay out of that hole.
Yeah.
But however, I do think it's funny when I do flip on the news and he's just roasting one of these reporters. I be dying, dog.
Yo, it's like comedy to me, bro.
It's funny.
He's the best stand-up right now, comedian right now.
Oh man,
we won't pray. We won't. I know people don't like it sometimes. We gonna stick to boxing. We could go. I leave that for happy hour Thursdays when we all drinking.
Yeah, there you go.
But to be honest, with Manny Pacquiao, I think he should just be. It's nothing to prove, man. What am I? If he fights Mikey Garcia, what am I? Then it's only going to be about making money, right?
I don't think
that's just one thing, and that's just.
I don't think you should take that fight.
Yo, I think this fight was great for him to retire.
That was it. That should be it.
That's a good go.
I think he's there because he honestly doesn't feel like he's been defeated ever.
But
I
damn,
know with the knockout that he got from Marquez, even then he got up. He must have been like, man, that was a good punch, but I didn't get beat.
oh no,
Can
no,
nobody he got knocked out. It happens. But in the ring, I don't think he's ever felt like he's been dominated by somebody. To actually beat Pacquiao, I don't know. It takes a lot, man.
That's
You
a
have
good
to knock
question.
him out cold, or I don't think he's ever been dominated by anybody.
That's a good question.
You know what's crazy, bro? All right, here I'm just gonna put this way: he didn't lose to Bradley, and he didn't lose to Jeff Horn. Let's just get them two shits out of the way real quick. That's not.
We all agree on that.
Yeah.
He's a warrior, man. He's looking to lose.
The Floyd shit I'll leave up for debate. But even the fight he lost to Morales and Marquez, bro, them was wars, dog. Them was wars, bro. It's not like I mean, and that was shit. Them first two Eric Morales fights was, whew, yeah.
And I think what he's looking for, though. He's looking to get dominated. He's looking to be like, okay, I really am not the best. Here's the crown. You take it. Enjoy.
He want to pass the baton.
He really does. I think that's what it is. He's looking for somebody to beat.
And you know it should be like that because in every era there is a baton to be passed. Didn't Camacho beat Ray Leonard?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it needed to pass. It needed Lennox Lewis and Holyfield beat Mike Tyson. If they would have never lost to Mike Tyson, we'd still be looking at Mike Tyson as, and we still look at him like that. But
yeah, how do y'all feel about that though? Mike Tyson coming back. How do y'all feel about that?
Like I said earlier, man, for me, Mike Tyson and Roy Jones growing up, those were my guys.
Mm-hmm. Still got his game. Still got Mike Tyson punch out.
Mike Tyson is immortal. Is immortal to me.
Yeah.
He's always gonna be the baddest man of the planet. To me,
baddest man on the planet. Damn
now,
right.
do I want him to come back and face these guys? To be honest, the way I look at these guys, you know, I think Mike Tyson. If you give Mike Tyson 3 rounds, I think he'll hold. He'll hold up.
I don't know. Good. Maybe we shouldn't have feelings towards what they want to do. You know, like we should just honor that they got their warriors that they just want to give it that last one go, and you know, kudos to them that they're able to. You know
what it is with Mike Tyson? He is very what's the word? Like, what's the word? Is it excessive?
Yeah.
Like when he does something, he does it to the extreme. He's an extreme guy. Whether if he does something bad, he's going the extreme way. If he's going to do some drugs, he's going to drink, he's going to go extreme. If he's doing good, he's extreme in training. You could tell by his body. That's
work ethic right there. That work ethic.
And he said that he trains twice, 3 times a day. This guy Andy Ruiz, I keep seeing him at IG. He's posting pictures of working out. I still can't see where he lost weight. He probably lost like 0.1 ounce. I don't know.
Shit, man. Yeah, Andy's.
Bro, you just could tell. That's what I mean. These guys lived like they could live like champions. Like, look at everybody right now. Look at Julio Cesar Chavez. What's he's doing? He's in shape. Sugar Ray Leonard in shape.
It's a lifestyle, man, for these jokers. It's a lifestyle.
Mike Tyson in shape. Oh yeah, he be jogging in shape. This guy on Bernard Hopkins said he's 160 pounds right now.
Yeah,
in shape. These guys, that's why they are legends, because they know how to live like a champion. These guys know how to just work out for 8-week camp, and that's it. They let themselves go.
Yeah.
Holyfield's another one too. That dude's still.
Holyfield,
you saw him with the chains around his neck, doing those dips, or was it dips or pull-ups? I can't remember. That man looks ready as heck.
Yo, just think about it. If you put these legends right now in line with the guys that's in their prime right now, look at their body and look at these guys' body, you'll be like there's something wrong. And these guys are in their 50s and 60s.
I love how Holyfield and Riddick Bowe like kick it and shit together all the time too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, dog. I love it.
That's that. Because they're for real, man. They're not like Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff, like tough talk, like these Hollywood actors and like hip hop artists, man. They ain't all that chit chat. They're for real. They live that life. They're about that. So I respect them.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
He says what's on top of his head. You see Mike Tyson when he sits down in front of you people, like how he talk, he ain't afraid to cry. That's a man right there, boy. I see him on the podcast sometimes. I'm so proud of that man right now.
Yeah, really. Yeah. That's why these guys feel like they could come back, because they see the fighters today. I'm not saying I love the fighters today. I even vouch for the fighters today, because I don't like to compare. I don't think it's always fair to compare Samantha Legacy to today's prime fighters or whatever. You're never gonna win that argument. I hate the Deontay Wilder is not like the heavyweights back in the days, or the welterweights are way better back in it's Samantha Legacy. We always gonna feel like those legends they already finished their career. But right now, like if you you line them up right now, you'd be like, yo, how this guy is in great shape, like he's almost 10 pounds away from his fight weight limit. And these guys are like 40 pounds off their limit. They having fat camps. They're not sharpening up their tools, really. They're not, not sharpening up their tools, but they're not putting new tools in the toolbox. They just going to fat camp.
Yeah.
Now, maybe honestly, I just don't feel like they're being challenged, I don't feel like they're being challenged, fighting each other. The best of the best. They're not really.
Nah, they forgot legacy, man. They PBC. They PBC. Al Heyman don't care about it. I think Al Heyman has this thing, like he'll be like, hey, forget about legacy. It's all about money.
Yeah, let's build you guys up until the point where, oh my God, now they can't even fight each other.
I just think it's straight. Like I think they just see it now as 9 to 5. Like I think they came in like, yeah, man, I want to be the champion of the world. And I want to have all this and become undisputed. And then Al Heyman be like, shut up, relax, okay?
I got this. Let me make the money, some pocket money.
Yeah, you fall for free in the amateurs, okay? That's it. We're about to get money. Yo, good looking out, Super Funk. What's good? Thank you, man. Yo, what you think of Fury and Wilder glove gate? We just horrible.
Yeah.
Comical.
Yeah.
I can't believe grown men come up with that shit. I can understand if my 12-year-old son comes up with that. Because they young, emotional, and they can't believe. But there's grown men in their 40s and 50s, bro, coming up with this.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah. Y'all too. And everybody's got their favorite couple of fighters there, don't get me wrong. But at the same breath, y'all is over the top obsessed with some of these. Oh, like that shit is weird to me, bro. That shit is, some of them dudes is just over the top obsessive with these fighters, bro. Some of them, not all of them, but it's just
with these fighters today or the past.
No, I'm saying these dudes right now, like the dudes with Wilder and Fury and AJ and all some of these fans are just like over. Y'all about to? You ever remember that movie Misery, where James Caan got his ankles snapped off with the hammer she put the crazy chick put the block of wood. That's how y'all be. Some of y'all be.
Yeah, that's an old movie.
Yeah.
They should show that shit like a Channel 11 on a Sunday.
Yeah. He was the writer, and she kidnapped him because she was his biggest fan. Yeah, that's some of y'all with these fighters, homie.
Yep. I don't think they know about that. Yeah, man, I remember that movie.
Well, gentlemen, I must leave. Got to get back to work. Enjoy your day. Again, I'm not representing the Army and any other things. These are just my opinions. Nothing like that.
Nah, I got you, my brother. You're the warrior, baby.
Y'all have a good one and take care of yourselves and enjoy your day. Very nice talking to you as well, Johnny. Boy Box. I see your videos, man. You cool dude, man.
All right. Thank you, John. Take care,
later,
bro.
man.
Take care, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, it's all right to love the fighter that excites you pay for, but I like the journey. I like the journey of a fighter. Like I don't like the ESPN and Shakur Stevenson. Bob Arum saying Shakur Stevenson is going to be better than Floyd Mayweather. Like, why give him that pressure right now? For what? So now every fight that he fights, we gotta see Floyd Mayweather. If you don't beat a guy up in a way that Floyd Mayweather did when he was Pretty Boy, then he's trash. He's not going to be it. That's too much pressure.
Yeah. Comparing to dude ain't even fought nobody yet, bro.
Exactly.
And
that's what I like about Teofimo Lopez's career too. Because think about it, who have they compared Teofimo Lopez to any legendary fighters? Nobody.
Yeah, I ain't heard it.
This is just about Teo. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, they oh, bro, I hope they get that Teofimo. Oh, I can't wait for that one. That's gonna be
Yo, good looking out, Sean, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, my brother. Who you feel if I had this discussion with people in the live show. I said if Teofimo Lopez beats Loma and Inoue beats Casimero, let's say, how your pound for pound top 5 is going to look like. I said that there's no way that Bud Crawford stays top 3 no more.
No, nah, I agree. I mean, depending on if you because I put everybody in there like that. I don't know why people say, "Oh, you can't put the heavyweights in the pound for pound." The fuck you can't, bro.
People, you could. Yeah, I put 1988, I think 88. That Mike Tyson was number 1 pound for pound, or 88 or 89.
Lennox was always on there in the late 90s and shit.
Holyfield was there.
Yeah,
there was one year that it was Mike Tyson 1 and Holyfield number 2 on Ring magazine.
Yeah. I mean, but as heavyweights and shit aside, who you got? You got, if Teofimo beats Loma, you got Inoue, you got Canelo, you got if you wanted to throw Usyk in there, that's fair enough, just because he was undisputed, moved up. If he gets Chisora, of course, but that's the thing, bro. And another one too. What if Chocolatito beats Estrada again?
Right.
That's another one too.
Yeah.
You know,
I went so far to say, and to be honest, I don't think nobody really could have debated. Logically, I say Crawford. If Inoue beats Casimero and gets another strap, if Teo beats Loma, in my eyes, he got 4 straps in my eyes.
Yeah,
if he beats, that's like undisputed. The WBC just took that shit away. But that's the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah, that's.
We're only holding Bud there because what he did in 140 pounds.
Man, and the thing, and I fucks with Crawford heavy too, bro. I like Crawford, but I mean, let's just face the facts, bro. He ain't fought. He ain't fought the greatest competition. See, people like to twist that around and be like, oh, well, and Ndongo ain't shit. I don't want to hear nothing about that. Nah. Yeah. Now, come on. Yeah. Okay, you got undisputed, bro.
Seth asks, Moonshine, you think Wilder will get into the Hall of Fame? If not, you think the LDBC would try to get him into the Hall of Fame?
They'll probably write complaints to NSAC like they was doing before, crying about it, I'm sure.
I think Wilder probably may get into the Hall of Fame if he wins again. I think he's definitely going to be a Hall of Fame because it's heavyweight. I mean, so how many heavyweights there been in the history? You could count them. But I think that his 10 division? I mean, not 10 division, 10 defenses.
Yeah.
10, 11 defenses. That's going to go far.
Yeah.
Regardless how people feel about the era, because that's what it is. It's about era.
That's the feather in the cap right there. Yeah, the defenses. And I mean, and by that too, like Triple G was another one. I mean, he said some people say, "Oh, we hit the WBA regular instead of the WBA, whatever the hell." Like, yeah, but he's still unified a couple times and had 1 million title defenses, bro. Like,
yeah,
you know. So that's the way I see it, anyways. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that are like on the fence about that on the Hall of Fame shit. Like, and plus their careers aren't over, so it's hard to say like
Yeah.
where he's gonna fall.
But that's why I say I like the journey. Let's see what happens when their career ends.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. But he could be on his way. We'll see.
Yeah, we gotta see how it plays out, bro. Yeah, exactly.
But on the pound for pound list, Canelo. And if those guys win that I said, I put probably if Loma wins, I put him probably number 1 or number 2. I probably keep Canelo because if Canelo fights Billy Joe Saunders and they fight this year, then I gotta keep Canelo. So, if he beats Casimiro 3, maybe Tyson Fury 4. Usyk 5.
Yeah, there you go. Something like that. Yeah, and then seeing if
like if Usyk could face Chisora or and then Tyson another trilogy. What about if how about what you think if Wilder beats Tyson?
Shit. Then then that ball gets thrown right back up in the air again, bro. That would be something else, dog.
That would.
And the thing is, bro, like Wilder's not a great boxer, but the dude can punch his ass off. The dude can punch like a son of a bitch, bro. Like you can't write him off. You can't because he can hit so hard. But
don't you see the contradiction also when people talk about Manny Pacquiao, that Manny Pacquiao is exciting, but Floyd is a better boxer. So that's why they like Manny Pacquiao more. But I feel like doing this the boxing in the comments, the same people that will say that it will be like, but Wilder, that's the only thing he could do is punch. But isn't that what you want to see is knockouts?
Especially at heavyweight.
Right?
Yeah.
And before what Fury displayed versus Wilder, before that, he was just like a finesse boxer. That's why I'm cool with Fury. I'm actually happy that he beat Deontay Wilder that way. I didn't want him to beat him in the way like he beat Klitschko. Nah. I don't want that heavyweight. I want to see what Tyson Fury did to Deontay Wilder. I'm like, I became a fan.
Yeah, I didn't want. Yeah, that. I mean, I don't. Okay, that Klitschko one was good, but not to say that again. But that fight was boring as hell. I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
nobody missed him, and that's like my point. My point with Pacquiao and Floyd was that nobody really. You look at he beat him, but like when Fury left for 2 years, ain't nobody was begging for him to come back. Ain't nobody be like, oh no, we just saw Anthony Joshua and emerge and Deontay Wilder say, oh, Tyson Fury. Even when Tyson Fury came back, nobody saw his first 2 fights.
Yeah, he was fighting that dude named Safiri or whatever his name.
Exactly, because the way he performed. But then this Tyson Fury right here, this a whole new Tyson Fury I ain't never seen.
Yeah. I said, bro, I thought the most entertaining Fury fight I ever saw was that Otto Wallin fight. That was a brawl, bro. That was shit. That was the most, as far as crowd pleasing fight. Well, a lot of people wanted Wilder to get his ass whooped in that, but I mean, as far as competitive, shit, him and Otto Wallin was banging.
That was a good fight.
Yeah,
just like I liked that Joshua and Klitschko fight. That was a good fight.
Yeah, that was a hell of a fight. Absolutely.
That's a fight that when Klitschko was like, "Yo, I'm going to retire," I'm like, I think a rematch. You do good. You should come back.
Yeah, he could.
That was an epic heavyweight bout.
Hell yeah, it was. It was a great fight. Hey, brother, I'm about to jump off though. I gotta go to do some odds and ends here, dog.
All right, brother, man. Thanks for being the code.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me on, homie.
All right, brother. Take care. God bless.
Yeah, you too, bro. Peace.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, anybody want to jump on right now? Huh? Talk about this Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. They both got to get love, man. They both got to get love. I don't understand at this point of their career, this point at this stage this year. I just don't see why people want to hate Floyd Mayweather. If you hate him because he doesn't fit the narrative of the character that you like from a person, then I understand. But don't trickle that personality into his craft. Because when it comes to his craft, he's probably the most professional in his craft, the most dedicated to his craft. And I'm not saying Pac too, but we all know when it comes to dedication to his craft, since day one to the last day, you got to give it to Floyd Mayweather. You got to respect him. And everybody got to respect Manny Pacquiao. I don't want to stand the hate no more. That's it. We just got to look at them like they great. Yo, bad, this call took way too much. It's all right, Kulua. I hate Floyd and Pac fans. Only matter of time before they start racial insults. True. And that's what kills it too. Exactly. You know, that's what kills it too. If Floyd was Latin, y'all would be loving him. Maybe. So you see that's what Ace said right there. You see, it turns racial. Why it doesn't turn racial? I mean, why you say that, executive? I would like to hear that point of view.
Like,
and pray too. What you think about that?
Well, I think people are looking at the whole Floyd thing a little bit off. If Floyd was always pretty boy Floyd his whole career, he would be loved to this day. But the issue is people hate defensive teams. That's why I always compare him to the Spurs. People like the Spurs won, but no matter how, like even when they won, like people always criticize them. No matter what, they criticize them like, well, they never went back to back. They always look for excuses on how to discredit them because they found their fights boring. Like you have somebody like Pacquiao, who's high octane. No matter what race he is, we're gonna love him. Just take a look at Muhammad Ali. Who doesn't love Muhammad Ali? Look at Mike Tyson. Who doesn't love Tyson? Why? It was explosive. It was fun, and that's why to this day they're revered. You know, both. You have a case for saying that Mayweather is one of the best boxers of all time. Just like you have all these other greats, but the one who gets singled out is Floyd because nobody likes his Money Mayweather style. It was a very boring fight. People spent a lot of money on it. They wanted him to lose because nobody likes a defensive team. Like just like every time, whenever the Spurs was fighting, were playing against a high octane teams, people rooted for the high octane teams because people like action.
But think about this: was Ricky Hatton Floyd Mayweather action?
Ricky Hatton's not an all-time great,
but it was a good fight. I mean, he let his hands go. It's not like Floyd Mayweather was not throwing. He let his hands go. That Cotto fight, Cotto and Mayweather, it was a good fight. I think so. What you think?
They were good fights, but that didn't define his career. Because when people think about Floyd Mayweather, they forget about his fights where he let the hands go off. But all they think about is his defensive style. That's just all defensive. That's what is locked in people's mind. Because a lot of his biggest fights, that's what he did. Because he wanted to secure the win, so he went for the high defensive thing, which is very effective. As a pure boxing fan, I love watching defensive highlights of Canelo, Mayweather, even Broner. Broner had some times where he just showed insane defense. I love seeing that, but the average fan doesn't like it. Average fan likes saying Showtime Lakers, not Tim Duncan Spurs.
Yeah, but I understand that, but also people got to understand at what age that he actually really, really became full-blown defensive. He's past his 35, past his prime, because the Gotti fight was good. The Gotti fight was good. Was great.
Well, what people always remember is the last thing they see. Just sometimes a lot of greats get knocked down because they end part of their career. People say I see a lot of people say De La Hoya was an overrated boxer. Why? Because he got older, he was slower, and got beat. But they don't remember the times where he was Golden Boy. He was Golden Boy instead of just Oscar De La Hoya.
I would disagree on that one. There's just certain fights that, okay, let me ask you a question. What was James Toney's last fight? Against who?
I'm not sure, but you can't just talk about one fight. You got to talk about
How about no, because you said that people always gonna remember the last thing. How did Roy Jones end his career?
No, okay, so I might have misspoke on it, but it's more of like they'll remember not like the last fight, but more of like a block, like an era. Because boxers have different eras. They have their prospect era, they have their prime era, and then they have their tail end of the career era. Like a good example is let's say Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao, when he first started off, he was what, like 100 pounds soaking wet. Was like a very little guy, had like ultra fast. Then he became into the middle where he was like more of like a cerebral fighter. Now towards the end, he's like older. He's older now, so you don't expect the same fights out of him, but he's still going all out. But it's not the same fighter between his 30-year career. He's not the same fighter between this whole thing. So people are always gonna like remember, like, he's doing really good right now. So because obviously he's a champion. But let's say he went to a long streak of losses.
Yeah.
People are going to remember those.
But they're going to remember it, but they're also going to remember at what age he was. If let's say if he's losing right now, if he went on a streak like Roberto Duran, his career in the end, like he was just losing, win, lose, win. It was just going back and forth. That's it. Nobody's talking about Roberto Duran in the 2090s, wherever he stopped fighting, right? So, but we understood why, because he's old. We don't expect too much from him at that point. We didn't expect not too much from Roy Jones at one point. We didn't expect. Remember when let's say Roy Jones got knocked out by Tarver, he was 34 going to 35.
Well, yeah, but then you also have like, there's going to be a whole era of generation future boxing fans who are going to be looking at like just highlights, and a lot of the highlights you're going to look at is going to be like the newer highlights that they have of those boxers in the career. So that also plays a part on how boxers are viewed, because right now Floyd is still within the same generation. The issue is going to be the next generation is going to get worse and worse, because all they're going to know is like his big money fights where like Pacquiao, more towards the end of their career. But they might like highlight Oscar, just things people actually know, and that's going to put a little imprint on exactly who they're going to be as a boxers. Because even when you talk about Muhammad Ali, you don't talk about his whole career. You talk about certain fights and how he did in those fights. And especially now the YouTube era, where it's always about what have you done for me lately. Like whatever you do towards the end is going to be a long-lasting effect, which is why now boxers should now think about retiring earlier than later, retire on top instead of like trying to extend out your career, because the end part of your career is really going to affect how people view you going forward.
If okay, let's play this. We all feel that Bradley and Manny and Jeff Horn lost to Manny Pacquiao. But I do still think that it was still competitive. It was not like Manny Pacquiao just walked through these guys and then the scorecard just came out of nowhere and it was like, what the hell happened? Like, yo, no, it was still competitive. Bradley was competitive. He was throwing his punches. He was catching Manny Pacquiao on certain things. It was certain punches. If Floyd Mayweather would have lost the same way Manny Pacquiao to those guys, what do people be saying about Floyd Mayweather losing to Jeff Horn or things of that nature? What people would have said? You think people would have vouched for Floyd Mayweather and say he got robbed? You think they would have vouched for him?
You have two camps. You have the people who are rooting for Mayweather to lose. So no matter how if he wins or lose, they're gonna say he lost. So a good example is Canelo Alvarez Lara. Like Showbiz was like, when he first saw the fight, he thought what's it called? Lara won. He was like, he was like, I have Lara winning. I don't know what what you guys are talking about, but you kept pushing him to see the fight. He watched the whole fight, and at the end, like by the fourth round, he was like, wow, Lara's getting beat down. This is like, I don't know what I was thinking back then, but in the fight, he was like, yeah, Canelo definitely won 7-5, even though he had like 2 swing rounds. Okay. So like Mayweather, so when I talk about that, is like there's like the hater camp, and then there's the fan camp. There's the casual fans.
So because they
Casual
hate him,
fans
because
are gonna take the side of whoever they think is most credible, which is why revision of history is gonna be a major factor on what's going on, how Mayweather would have been looked on after that loss, because he has so many haters who just don't like him because of like a lot of Hispanics don't like him because he beat Oscar. Let's face it. That's when he started getting a lot of like Hispanic haters because he beat Oscar. So and Filipinos don't like him because he beat Pacquiao. So if Mayweather lost, people would like really start pounding him because the haters gotta hate.
so the reason, so what you're trying to say, and then basically that if he would have lost, just because they hate him, they would have been like, nah, it wasn't robbery. Yeah, Jeff Horn did beat Floyd. See, he's a bum. See. That's what you're trying to say, right? Because they hate him.
Yeah, pretty much. So it depends on. There's a saying: history is written by the winners. So it depends on who dominates the current space on retelling history. That's gonna determine how those fights are viewed. Because now what we do is we take a 12-round fight, condense each round into like little highlights, and that's the whole fight, and that's what you're gonna see. So if you want to do a narrative, like you make it like any close fight, you can make the guy you want to look like who you want to win, seeing that he just dominated the fight. But if you want the guy who was on a close fight look like he actually lost, you just highlight where the other guy won.
I just want to eliminate. I do want to eliminate when we're talking about the Pacquiao and Mayweather, and the concept that I came up with for today. It's not really to really debate on who's better, but it's to eliminate the BS, so we could all come collectively with a concrete understanding that these guys should get their props 100%, not just 90, 100%, because they are the best of our era. Like, I want to take the BS, for example, of on the Manny Pacquiao side and Manny Pacquiao fans. I want them to chill with and this is not every Manny Pacquiao fans, but I hear it enough. The punch that Marquez hit Manny Pacquiao was a lucky punch. See, that is mind effing yourself. There's no way a Marquez that's a Hall of Famer, that is a pound for pound caliber fighter, all of a sudden throws a lucky punch. He doesn't work in 7-Eleven. He's just not coming up and fighting Manny Pacquiao. He's a world-class fighter and a pound for pound dude and a guy that's went to the Hall of Fame. That was already a potential Hall of Fame fighter. When I hear lucky punch, is that there's no way that in people's eyes, no way that Manny Pacquiao is going to lose, because if he knocks him out, it's a lucky punch. If he goes to a decision and lose, it's a robbery.
Well, like even that,
if he loses early in his career, it's because the nutrition he didn't eat right.
Well, even that punch you're talking about, there's he actually did it on the very first fight, I think in round 2 or 3, and he literally stunned Pacquiao. For some reason, he went from that punch. But there's also
Pacquiao.
But it's what's it called? There's actually video of him actually training that exact punch before that fight. There's like plenty of videos where he's like just practicing that punch over and over again, the duck and everything, and it almost looks really close to how that punch happened. But that goes back to my point earlier, where history is written by the winners. Pacquiao's been around for so long, he has so many fans that a lot of people believe now that was a lucky punch, when there's a lot of evidence that there's not, because the narrative is there. More people are Pacquiao fans than they are his fans, and that's the way it is.
And that's what I mean, is eliminating the BS. Cool that we could all be fans, but when we sounding delusional, then the credibility, then that's when the Flomos, Pactards, things come upon. These come upon is because people start being delusional, and that's why I rather eliminate. If we could eliminate the delusional part on each side, then fans will respect Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather fans will respect Manny Pacquiao. That's what I believe. I think you timed out. What y'all think? I don't really know. That's no lucky punch from Marquez. Now you would have told me a guy that's just ranked number 500 and he was fighting Carlos Ocampo and catches him up with that. I'm like, man, damn, that kid got lucky. But Marquez ain't gonna get lucky. So, I mean, there's too many excuses for fighters. It's not like they paying us, right? We love fighters, but they ain't giving us no money to vouch that way for them. Yeah, they entertain us, but in the end of the day, I'm paying for my entertainment too, right? It's like they say, yo, let's say Manny Pacquiao, he entertained, man, he entertained. Yeah, but I pay for my entertainment too. Just like with all these boxers, and I love them. I love I love boxers. I love boxing. But I can have my own opinion because I pay for me to watch you. Ain't no such thing as free TV too. So it doesn't have to be pay-per-view. If that was the case, then Mike Tyson is the king of lucky punches. No such thing as a lucky punch. Exactly.
You want water?
Mm-hmm. It's defense. Protect yourself at all times. That's what it is. Antonio Tarver knocking down Roy Jones Jr., knocking out. There ain't no lucky punch. I think when we eliminate the BS, we can actually see better. We can actually see better, ladies and gentlemen. Pack. Thank you. Now, I spoke about this on my live show, I think like a couple of months ago, a month ago. 8th division world champion Manny Pacquiao. 8th division world champion. My man, Carlo.
What up, brother?
Yo, what's good, man? Yo, finally it's not a whole crowd cursing at each other, right?
I know, man. It's good. I like this. It's more peaceful. You got more chance to talk to each other and try to be real and those stuff. Look, I've been holding back, just watching, just observing. Yeah, I do agree. There are some extreme fans of both sides.
Yeah. What is the extreme? What's the extreme that pops out from each side that you feel like should be eliminated?
Okay, so I'm like I said, I'm a Pacquiao fan, but I also respect Mayweather. Like I respect him. Like in my side, in the Pacquiao side, I guess, is that they're saying that basically Pacquiao is a god. Well, he isn't, right? He has 7 losses, right? You can argue that those losses were some of them were robberies, like the Bradley and the Jeff Horn, right? Those are robberies. And then we get it's just I always tell like my fellow Pacquiao fans of like, well, he's a God fearing man, right? So I mean, if you practice what he preach, maybe we can get along as much more. If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. And then there's also the Mayweather. Mayweather fans are going too much, not giving Pacquiao credit.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I give Floyd credit because he is literally the only boxer who made billions of dollars of fighting. He literally changed the fight game, if you know what I'm saying. The fight game is to get a lot of money through fighting, right?
Yeah.
Like nobody has that much money of Mayweather, besides of course Manny Pacquiao, but in terms of getting money, revenue, and those stuff, Floyd got it. And what I like about Floyd is that it's boxing, so it's he's very mastery when it comes to defense. Like he is probably one of the best. He is a wizard. He is a wizard. Like I thought, like if you had Mayweather's defensive skill, then you had Roy Jones' offensive skill. That's an unstoppable fighter. If you get what I'm saying. You know how Roy Jones, when he was in his prime, nobody could touch him.
He's the evolution,
right? So imagine if Roy Jones had Mayweather's defensive skill.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy be like that guy be like undefeated right now, bro. When it comes to Roy Jones. Yeah, so yeah, I get what you're saying. Even the Pacquiao fan versus
But Floyd was a great offensive fighter as well.
yeah, when he was younger, yeah, with Pretty Boy
Yeah.
Floyd. Yeah, I was a fan of him, dude.
Yeah.
I was a fan of him. I love it when he was facing Antonio Gotti. That
Yeah.
was a great fight. And also like
Did you look at did you look at the poll that I had earlier?
no, what was it?
Okay, hold on. Let me let me get it. The poll was hold on. No, I got it. My fault. Hold on. The poll was why do you dislike Floyd Mayweather? His persona lacks humbleness. He don't entertain me. I'm a Manny Pacquiao fan. He always wins, or I actually respect him and a fan of his.
What people say? What was like
So far, 362 people voted.
okay, well
69%. 69% is what leads it. His persona lacks humbleness.
mm, I mean did like
31% is he don't entertain me.
you know what I think because look, I'll give Mayweather a very good nod when it comes to business. He talks a lot of stuff just to get the fans into seats to see him lose. That's how he gets money.
Mhm.
That's business. If you're that's good business, right?
Yeah.
From my point of perspective, I get it because when most people kind of like the fighter who's humble, those stuff. Not everybody likes a guy who can be cocky fighter and those stuff. Look, I the last time that I heard about people hating Mayweather is because it was his, I guess, ungratefulness, quote unquote, because he was not humble enough, right? Like we get it, but people pay for him to get to lose, and I think it's very smart what he does, though. Like he
Now,
talk.
okay, so let me touch on that because I'll challenge that
Okay.
because a lot of people do always think that he's smart because he talked the way he talked because people want to see him lose.
hmm
Who talks worse, Conor McGregor or Floyd Mayweather? Who's more vulgar? Who you think?
Uh, well, Conor McGregor, I would say.
Now, do people watch Conor McGregor to see him lose or they cheer him and see him win?
I'm not sure, but I'm not. That's a good question.
I think for the most part, we saw it. We saw in his last UFC, the world is cheering. UFC is doing great when he's on.
Right, right.
He has more love from his country more than Floyd, but yet he's more vulgar. So think about it. So is he smart because he want to be hated, or it just happens that people just hate him? Because even look at Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury talks more trash than Deontay Wilder and is more clever with the mouth than Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, that's true.
But people was going for Tyson Fury to be Deontay Wilder. So the trash talk, with half the fighters, people love them more. True, it could be.
So what do you? So why? Okay, that's a good point. I get that point. Definitely, I understand that point.
Well, you can't compare Wilder to McGregor because there's different demographics. If you ever been around an Irish person, they talk like he does, so he's gonna get that love. So like Wilder,
McGregor?
you know, his demographic talk that way. That's why he's so loved in that community. So, and what we know about Europeans, they travel for fights. Look at Fury, look at AJ. You know, when AJ fought Wilder, you could swear, you know, it was in England. by the way the crowd was. So
Right,
you
right.
can't knock McGregor for carrying to his base that's willing to travel for him. He has
So
to
what?
sell his fights.
So when Floyd Mayweather talk trash, why do they hate him? Why do they want to see him lose when he talks trash? Is it?
Like I
Is
said
it?
with,
Is it?
with
Is it?
Mayweather, it's his style that people hated, not him himself. Because when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, that's why they wanted to see him fight Oscar, because he was Pretty Boy Floyd, a flashy fighter against another flashy fighter, and people really want to see that fight. Which is why even though Oscar was the A side, he still gave some concessions to Mayweather because it was a big money fight. Everybody knew it was gonna be a big money fight. Isn't that like the third or fourth biggest revenue? I know it's in the top 10 as far as like all time pay-per-view buys for a reason.
But I don't feel like it's still. I don't know. I don't feel like it's still. We still answering the question. Why is that Floyd Mayweather really is hated when he talks, and when other guys don't talk? You said about the demographic, yes. The UK hates when somebody is not humble,
Well, it depends on
but
which
they
UK
like
fighter
Tyson
it is.
Fury.
If it's a Fury or AJ, they'll hate on him more. But it's somebody Scottish, it's not so much. Don't forget, McGregor's Scott. He's from Ireland. That's part of the UK, but it's a section of the UK, and he's like the way he talks, he's just like your local guy who everybody just loves. Like
No,
a
but
good.
I could understand. I could understand when if he's over there, but when he's here in Vegas and he's still getting loved more than Wilder, which he talks trash. Why is he still getting love more than even in another country?
Well,
Why is Floyd Mayweather getting hated by the same way these guys are talking?
Well, but you're looking at it from like the crowds and the things, and like I mentioned before, people from Europe travel to watch their guys fight. That's a big difference. Like it may look like he's being loved for all that stuff, but if you look at like all the message board and stuff like that, McGregor has a lot of hate on him. He has a lot of heat on him. People are always constantly trashing him. They constantly articles about how bad he is.
But the love
and stuff like
overweights the bad. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he get hate, of course. Just like Tyson Fury's get hate. A lot of fighters get hate, but the love overweights. Like what if we're watching them live, the crowd is cheering for them.
Yeah, but these are people who are flying in from halfway around the world to watch the guy. They're not gonna like hate on. They're not traveling to see him lose. They're traveling to cheer on McGregor. So it's like mainly like when McGregor fights, the Irish community show up in droves. That's what like skews the perception of it.
So the problem is that people don't hate him, is that people won't sacrifice their time to support Floyd, maybe. To go
Pretty
out
much,
there.
that's the bigger issue, that we're not like supporting our own fighters, and we should. Like,
so that's the big that's why that's for me the logical part of it. So it's not for me really that Floyd Mayweather is smart and he's a genius and he knows that if he talk trash he could be hated because people going. I don't think so. Because how about if it was the other way around and because he talk trash, people love him.
Well, you're either a heel or you're a face. Mayweather,
Yes,
when he became
yeah.
Money Mayweather, just the name itself is telling you what role he's taking on. He's taking on the heel role, and he'll sell. Take a look at Howard Stern. He says he loves his fans, but he loves his haters even more because his haters never miss a show, while his fans do.
That's true. That is so true. I mean, the concept, I guess. Then again, people have like different styles, right? People like different personalities.
Yeah.
I guess it's depending on what you like and what you don't like. Like again, it's just what your title says. Pacquiao fans, Mayweather should always try to respect each other. It's I guess it's a slippery slope. I guess there's some people in extreme left or extreme right
Yeah.
could never really agree upon. Do you think it's because we're all caught up in that who's better, who's not better, who's much more this and much more that? Do you think that's fair?
Probably. I mean, it could be fair. I just look at. I hear what fighters say sometimes. I could hear what Floyd Mayweather says sometimes, and people could just take it to whatever he says. Right? He could say that he's smart. I think the people behind him is smart, and he capitalized. He does his end of the bargain when he goes inside the ring.
Right.
But I don't think it's, for example, I don't think when 50 Cent and Coca-Cola bought vitamin water, and then he got this 250 million or whatever. It was, oh my God, 50 Cent is a smart businessman. No, he got financial advisors that told him to
Told
invest
him.
in this, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden Coca-Cola bought it, and then he get all this money. You know,
Right.
that's how I feel. So
Well, people,
I don't feel that. My fault. Hold on. I don't feel that. Yes, he's a genius in the ring, but I don't think that Floyd Mayweather is a genius, because I think that he knows if he talk trash, he's gonna get hated. No, because even in other interviews, he'll be like, "Well, when I beat this person like this, and then Pac beat a person the same way, they'll say that he was small," and he have all these excuses, meaning that he does think about, he is insecure and doesn't like what he hears.
Right.
well, I think Mayweather was very smart because before he was Pretty Boy Floyd, which was a face, and then after he beat like Oscar De La Hoya, he knew Oscar De La Hoya fans were gonna root for him to lose because
He got the fan base
Oscar was the
alone.
biggest star,
He's a
and
favorite.
people tend to, when their guy loses, they want revenge, so, even indirect revenge. And Mayweather was very smart that he went more to his heel because he knew he already had hate. So why not bring in more hate? Like, don't forget, even in wrestling, you have Ric Flair.
Yeah.
He was his whole career he was a heel, but he sold. He,
Yeah.
like, no matter what, he made money because he sold. And Mayweather was smart enough to, like, well, you know what? I already have people who already hate me. If I get more people to hate me, they're gonna pay, just like with Ric Flair, to see me lose.
So do you think that, and this, okay, that's what I'm saying. So you think when he went, because that's easy to see on the surface. I could see that Floyd Mayweather saying, okay, I want to be hated by the Mexicans, right? Or the Hoya fans. But when he came inside the ring with what colors he was wearing, why he was wearing the Mexican colors, why he came with the Mexican sombrero.
Yeah, it's a taunt. It's a taunt. And take a look at Mayweather after that point. Like,
It's a
if some guy had
taunt?
a Hispanic last name, he would fight him. He only fight people with a Hispanic last name. Period. After that.
Is a taunt, or he actually wanted that fan base?
You probably want the fan base. You want to expose as much as possible. Is that
Like
fair to say?
before, I would look at it like, yeah, it was a taunt, but I'm looking at it now after all these years and stuff that it was more like he wanted that fan base. If he has a chance, he's pandering to that fan base. That's what he's doing. He's pandering, in my opinion.
Well, you sort of do have to pander to a way to that fan because they are, like, Mexicans are, like, what, like one of the top 3 demographics that watch boxing, especially in U.S. Hispanics are, like, it's huge. Like, boxing is the second biggest sport in Mexico. Sometimes even surpasses football, soccer.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like, why did Tyson Fury was wearing the Mexican colors too? A couple of fights ago.
Because everybody has to pander to that base because it's too big. It's too big of a money thing, especially like if you find in the West Coast, you're like a high percentage of the people are Hispanic, and a large majority of Hispanics are Mexican in the West Coast. So you want to fight a big fight in Vegas, you better pander to that base, or you're not going to do very well.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's what I meant by, I think that it was more pandering and trying to get those fans rather than taunting them fans, because Earl Spence did the same thing versus Mikey Garcia, Dallas, first pay-per-view fight, wearing the Mexican colors.
He was trying to get some. Yeah, that makes more sense now. That's good marketing. It's a good marketing skill, right? Trying to get the fans on your side.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I don't think these fighters want to get hated. They desperately trying to get a fan base that actually supports them and they're loyal to them.
Right.
That's the problem with if people do talk about the race things and when it comes to boxing, but then there's other channels that think is racist. No, is that your own kind or your own country does not support you like other countries support their own countrymen. That's the problem.
Well, even Oscar had that issue with the Hispanic community because don't forget, after he beat Cesar Chavez, like as far as the Mexicans are concerned, he was a villain at that point.
He was hated because he beat one of their legends.
Yeah, so Mayweather beat a legend too. So that's why, even though he tried to pander to the base, he was never going to get it. So I eventually figured out, like, hey, maybe I should just beat down Mexicans and people who have Hispanic last names. They're gonna hate me, but they're gonna pay to see me lose. And a lot of people paid to see him lose.
Mm-hmm. True.
Do you okay? So I have a question for you, Mr. Mushine. So earlier you talked about how Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez because it was a lucky punch.
Yeah.
I disagree. It wasn't a lucky punch because he was training for that punch all the way, and prior to getting knocked out, he actually landed that punch, on Pacquiao's face, right?
Mhm.
So that's one of the, like, quote unquote, for the Pacquiao fans that you don't like. So what side of the Floyd Mayweather on side that you don't like, if you get what I'm saying?
What the Floyd Mayweather side is,
Yeah.
Promotional wise, is this way. This what it is. How I see boxing as well. When you look at a business, yeah, we understand it's a business, but remember, it's like commercial. You're promoting me something. And Floyd Mayweather saying I'm going to promote and I'm going to be going for the knockout and things of that nature, and he doesn't go for it. I think that's what it is. It's the style of him not going for it. Yeah, it's a risk going inside the ring, but him going for it is what people be like, it's boring at a point. I think with Floyd Mayweather, I think what got me, like I didn't feel like his character was when he had that thing with his father in the gym. When he disrespected his father, threw his father out the gym and things of that nature. And then I didn't feel like I didn't like that style. Like, I don't like that. And then what I didn't like it was that it was more like people around the TMT gym, they let him go that route with his father instead of coming, stopping that. I didn't like that. I that character or that personality. I'd be like, yo, he's very ungrateful. Regardless of whatever problems y'all had, but to put it out there for the world, that was ugly. And I didn't respect him for that. That's when I looked at Floyd Mayweather a whole different way. Like, I don't like his character.
Oh, so the character is the issue on Mayweather's side. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, if anybody knows that if you could talk like that and talk like that to your folks, no matter what,
Right.
you could talk like that to your folks. You could talk like that to anybody. That's like think about this. If I'm doing a video right now, right, and I'm just talking to you, and my mother's right there, and I'm telling her, shut the F up, bitch, get out of here and stuff. You're gonna look at me like, yo, punch, yo, you.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
your mom. You look at me a whole different way. Regardless, let's say if I was a funny guy, you won't look at me like I'm funny no more. If you look like me, I was a cool guy, you'd be like, he ain't a cool guy, yo. He don't really have respect for women. He don't have no morals. He don't have no character. So for me, when I saw that, because I'm a father myself and a devoted one at that. So when I look at that and I seen that, and I ain't never raised my voice to my own dad, I'm like, yo. It's not like this is, and especially it's not like a pops that you're doing. Well, if it wasn't for your father, you wouldn't even be a boxer. You wouldn't even be what you are right now. And that's what got me like, yeah. I took it. It's almost like personal. Like I didn't like the character.
Now, is it fair that people maybe don't like him because outside of the ring, what he does?
I mean, if you live with the hip hop cultures, like if you like rap and you like hip hop, then yeah, you support or you're entertained by Floyd Mayweather,
right?
And if you're not within that culture, you look at him like he's just bragging. Like I looked at him, okay, when I'm younger, cool, right? When I'm getting older, have more responsibility and know what's more important in life. You look at it like this guy's just bragging. This is not motivating anybody. He's just throwing his luxurious and his watch and his cards, and it's almost look at me, look what I got, and look what you don't got.
Okay, I see.
So then it's like, it's the character. See, with me, it was more like, come on, man. The character is getting old. It's not inspiring. For me, it's not inspiring anybody or motivating. I can't say anybody. I'm speaking for myself, but I just saying look like he's a type where, for example, my son doesn't follow him on Facebook.
Right.
Why you don't follow him on Facebook? But my son will watch his video when he's training because I love the way Floyd Mayweather trains. I love watching the videos and stuff like that. I'm a boxing guy, so I like that. But I can't have him follow him on IG because what he does most of the time, not now because of the coronavirus, but before that, all he does is put strippers on his story. So my son is
Right.
12. I don't want my son to be. He's not looking at Floyd Mayweather like a boxer. This guy's just promoting strippers all day. So
I
my
get
son
what you're
one day
saying.
like
Yeah.
this, and he's like looking at it like, I said, man, yo, don't follow that guy.
Right. Makes sense. Okay. I get it. I get it. So it's just the character that you don't like and how he promotes other stuff with outside of the ring. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
also don't feel like that's all he is. I do
Right.
feel he uses it as a character and a perception.
So you use it as a whole persona.
Yeah. And I
Right.
think at this point where he's retired, I feel like, yo, right now you could switch up to who you
Really are.
want to
thing?
portray.
Right.
Like translate that hard work that you do in the ring, and then you could do it outside the ring. And I feel like with his platform that Floyd Mayweather could show just as much of what Manny Pacquiao is doing.
Right. That's true. Yeah.
If
Yeah.
if Floyd Mayweather had Manny Pacquiao's heart, we wouldn't be talking about Flint, Michigan waters. Put it that way. We wouldn't be talking about the dirty water in Michigan. If Floyd Mayweather was a guy like Manny Pacquiao.
Right.
Because
That
he
makes
put a
sense.
lot of money into fixing it.
So if Mayweather was acting more maturity, as you kind of pointed out, right? Do you
Yeah.
think people would love him more,
I
or
think
actually
so.
would respect him more?
I think so. Because you could tell, like, look at videos of him when he's talking, and let's say he's talking trap, but then look at videos when they be like, oh, look at Floyd Mayweather, he's training. When it comes to strictly boxing, people respect him, even when he's training and he's jogging or whatever. They look at this is what I like from Floyd Mayweather.
Right. Right.
When he's working with young
Younger
young
fighters.
dudes,
Yeah.
you look at, man, I like this. And
Now-
I'm not saying he don't help. I know my guy that he used to design for him
Right. Right.
sneakers or whatever. They was working on the clothing line. He's like, yo, he gives back a lot.
Yeah. Well,
That's why I never really go on the airways and be like, he don't give back. He says, yo, he gives back a lot, but he just never puts it. He never put it out there. And I know there's athletes out there that they give, but they don't want to. They just do it from the kindness of their hearts. But I just feel like if he could do that, if he could show what's not motivating and inspiration, show the other part.
Mm-hmm.
Because you only driving down, the dreamers,
Right. Right.
and that's how I feel about Floyd.
Well,
So-
I think Floyd's like big issue right now is he's now has like the PBC. They have a culture now where they're not fighting anything, and that's really hurting boxing. So even though like Floyd should like go back to showing these young cats how he was at Pretty Boy stage, and that would elevate everybody else, and that would he could reinvent himself at this point if he started to show off like the good points of himself. Not just with him directly, but also with the people who fight under him, like Charlo, what's his name, Tank, and stuff like that. If they start showing a different image, it would reflect on Floyd as well.
Yeah.
And maybe make him a lot more likable at this point, because he needs to change something. Because when a lot of people are also associating Floyd with the cats he's training right now, like Tank, drunk all the time, Spence, drunk all the time. Charlo won't fight anybody. Well, the older brother, the younger brother, he wants all the smoke, but the younger one, yeah, he won't fight anybody, and that's
But
also
see-
like reflecting off of him.
But you see, Khalil, it's just like how you say, you know why? See, Floyd Mayweather, his perception, he lives that perception. The other guys that want to be like Floyd, they live his perception, but they actually go out to the club and to the stripper and drink and get drunk. But see, that's the perception that Floyd Mayweather used to put out there, but that wasn't him. We all know that Floyd Mayweather is not a drinker. He don't drink. He don't party. He eats right. Don't think that when he goes to McDonald's, he eat the burgers and that's all. That was all he played. That's to be like, oh, I could eat whatever I want and I could do it. Nah, that's not Floyd. He just put out there when the camera is on. And that's what I mean. Like, why put all of that? And then, but behind closed doors, you do so much good. Why you don't promote the good? And that's why at this stage, I can understand when you was a fighter, and yeah, I can understand the marketing, the marketing tools that you're trying to do. But at this point, when you're not even fighting, show that other side of you, because even by image today inspires. So the image of you giving back and be like, people will be like, damn, I want to do that. That looks cool that Floyd Mayweather is giving back. I want to do that too. Let me go to a children's hospital. Let me give back in Christmas.
So is that the reason why people are more likely to like Pacquiao, because the way he shows his side,
His humble side.
opposite of what Mayweather is showing on his side?
His humble side. Think about it. Look at Manny Pacquiao from the Philippines, right? Imagine, what's up, Hev? Imagine if Manny Pacquiao start wearing all the chains and come with the cars and just flinging money and stuff like that, and the people in the Philippines are all poor and stuff, and then they'll ask the same question they have asked
Right.
Floyd to Manny, like that one time when they asked him, "Oh, Floyd, you make smart investments. What would you tell the youth how to get it?" He'd be like, "Man, I ain't gonna tell you how I get it. You got to find it on your own." See, that message right there is why society in the inner city is where it is, because you have people that do have the information, but they like, you got to find it on your own. So I don't like that mentality.
Okay, yeah, I get it. So what can Mayweather do if you were his advisor? What would you say to him?
If I was his advisor, I'd be like, yo, you could do so much. You could be, you got a relevant voice. You got a relevant voice. People know you around the world. Anything that you do, they glue to whatever you say, do, show. You could do so much. You could elevate a whole generation. You could elevate a whole right now. Don't try to do it when you're 50 and that's it. You out of your out of your relevancy.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. When you're too old, I don't want to be Floyd, man. He old. That's it. Do it now.
Well, I'm gonna defend Floyd on this. Him showing that persona is helping to recruit boxers, so it's good for the business. But once they get in, he should start laying down the law. And if I was advising him, I would be like, why don't you just turn all your fighters heel? You guys already have a lot of heat on you, so why don't you just play off of it? But make sure that they are you, and while the cameras, you're heel, but when you're actually at work, you're at work. You're not going out partying and stuff like that. Give them like little timetables where they're allowed to for like 2 or 3 weeks, in between their fights, where they could go do what they want, but then start training camp earlier for these guys who obviously are a little too they're a little too gone for them to like reform. So you start their training camps off instead of like an 8-week camp. You're doing a 12-week camp. But them.
you already poisoned the mind already. It's hard, and that's what I mean. Maybe Floyd. Remember, Floyd came from a boxing family. If Floyd never came with a boxing family since day one, telling him what to do, how to train, how to eat. His father's not there. Okay, Roger and Jeff is there. They're fighters and they're professionals. So he's drilled about boxing. He's actually like he don't look like a machine, but the dude is a boxing machine. This is all he knows. This is what he is. He's been groomed to do this each and every time. This is what he is. But these other guys, if you're Floyd and you want to get through them, you're going to take them to your strip club. They're going to get with chicks and they're going to come into this lifestyle because those guys are coming from a hard life. And then you give them the girls that they probably would have never had or seen. The money, they can't control it. They don't know how to count that money. And then you're gonna tell them, hey, okay, now I want you to be serious and let's go to the gym. And I'm like, whoa, man, I got yo, Floyd, I got this chick that you just introduced me with, man. I got tore up. I was drinking, but you introduced him to that.
Well, that's where the extended training camp goes into, because most boxers have an 8-week training camp. Well, these guys, give them a 12-week training camp or 15-week training camp. Give them a longer training camp. So while they could have their fun, when they're not in training camp, once they're in training camp, they're locked down in the middle of nowhere anyway. So that takes care of that issue. So at least in fight night, they'll be there. and maybe you could at that point start getting them with a new routine, and they may rub off on other ways. Like, well, you know what? If I don't want these long training camps, as long as I stay in shape, I won't have to do it.
I also think that fighters have egos, and I'm talking about not only fighters, active fighters, but I'm talking about fighters, legendary fighters. That's why the generations never mix up. Because even if you ask the older fight, if you ask how many times you seen an interview of Roberto Duran, they ask him, "What do you think you do to this fight? You fight this fight? Oh, I wing. Who you will fight Floyd Mayweather? Oh, I wing. Oh yeah, no, I wing."
It's their ego talking, dude. It's their ego because they want to be the best. They will always think they're always the best.
Exactly. Right? So sometimes you might think that you're the best, and you
right.
don't want to give them that type of gems. You don't want to give them that information. Right. That's why we was remember on the other live show I was talking about on Floyd Mayweather's Instagram. If you're a promoter of Gervonta Tank Davis, why don't see Gervonta Tank Davis anywhere in your Instagram when you got 23.5 million
followers? Yeah.
Well,
why are they still having beef? Are they still having beef?
Nah, but even take out Gervonta Tank Davis. Where's Rolly? Where is Badu Jack? This is your platform. You are the promoter now. But he probably has that mentality where you got to do it yourself. You got to get up there yourself. You got to do it yourself.
When you're talking about egos, well, in boxing, you have to think you could beat everybody. If you don't have that mentality, you're gonna lose. Sort of like whenever somebody defended Kobe Bryant, like they talked to Battier, and that's about how to defend Kobe Bryant. It's like, well, when I'm going up against him, I think I'm the best. Of course, we all like outside of that, he's like everybody knows Kobe's way better than Battier, but Battier will say like, yeah, the reason I could defend him is because I think when I'm on the court, I think I'm the best, and I'll stop anybody no matter what. And then when it comes to like, okay, I lost my train of thought. Oh, well.
But also look at Oscar De La Hoya. Just look at his interview when he talks about Ryan Garcia. When they say, "Oh, he could be the next Golden Boy," and he'd be like, yeah." He don't sound like, "Yeah, that's the new me right here. He's the new Golden Boy now." He don't talk like it's not like he's talking like a proud son. Nah, he don't talk like that about Ryan. Because now they're comparing him to him. And in his mind, it's like, how dare you even think about the next Golden Boy at this stage? Do you know that I won a gold medal? One day, what you talking about? He's good. He's my fighter, but don't compare me yet. That's like the attitude. Hey, don't compare me yet.
Does Ryan even fight like Oscar? So like, I used to make the comparison too, but now I'm looking at the way they fight. They fight nothing alike.
Nah, they don't fight alike. I think it's just that he's bringing the women. Is that he's like a attractive kid, and he's got the fan base, and he could create the same type of fan base that Oscar De La Hoya did, and that's why I think the Golden Boy, the next Golden Boy is coming. I don't think it's the styles
or bigger, because what Ryan Garcia is going to, it is a different environment right now because of social media and everything, right? When Oscar was fighting, you guys don't have social media, so I guess Ryan Garcia is better bring him those fans because of the duration he goes up. And do you agree? I think he would be. Do you think he would be bigger? Do you think he would be bigger when it comes to fan base than Oscar De La Hoya?
Nah.
No.
I'll say this.
He don't speak Spanish.
No, Ryan's going to be bigger than Oscar, but not as many fights, because selling fights is now becoming harder and harder. And, well, he can't even sell fights. He's on his own. But I think, like, overall, he's going to have a bigger name. Maybe not more lasting name, but have a bigger name because of social media. The guy's a prospect with over $4 million followers. The guy knows how to market himself. He's constantly like trying to keep himself as the lead story. If somebody sees the guy in his posing, a lot of women are gonna follow him. So I think he's actually gonna be more popular than Oscar ever was, but he won't be. He may not have the same. He may not get the same legacy. We don't know, because honestly, we can't talk about that yet because he's so young. But I have more of an issue where he's not going to have as much of a draw as far as boxing is concerned. But as far as him himself, he might be bigger than Oscar.
I don't know about that, dude. Because when Oscar was fighting, Oscar was huge, man.
Oscar was huge. Stadiums before even the Julio Cesar Chavez fight.
Yeah, he was huge. When he was fighting, like fighters, when he was coming up, it was about Oscar. That's why he was the golden boy. It was like literally Oscar in boxing all the time, especially in like in what's the fighting promotion he always fight to?
Top rank.
Top rank. Like he was bigger. He was big. Oscar
Will
was
Ryan
big.
be the one that's gonna give people the biggest their biggest payday? That type of stuff. Like does Ryan have gonna be a guy that's gonna turn a pretty boy Floyd into Money May?
I don't see him as like that's gonna be tougher. But what I'm talking about is there's two aspects to it. There's boxer Ryan Garcia, then there's Ryan Garcia, who happens to be a boxer. And I think the Ryan Garcia, who happens to be a boxer, is gonna be way bigger than Ryan Garcia, the boxer.
I think this is the problem with with Ryan Garcia. It's not Ryan Garcia though, but it's the boxing community. See, when Oscar De La Hoya was coming up, nobody spoke bad about Oscar De La Hoya. Not within boxing, not outside of boxing. Only reason when he got that little hiccup is when he's gonna face Julio Cesar Chavez. Is he a real Mexican or not? Or the Vargas. That's the only time when it was about fighting another Mexican, and whether you're the real Mexican, American Mexican, LA, and all that. That's the only real. But Oscar De La Hoya was loved, completely loved, and respected all throughout boxing. See, with Ryan Garcia, even right now, people within boxing is looking like, oh, I don't like this guy. Look at he's getting that spoiled brat.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay.
I mean, I try not. I'm not looking at that. Of course, I want to see him fight the fight. But if the deal is not good and the money is not right, I don't know. Maybe there's something going on in the business side.
Don't they have issues right now, Oscar and Ryan?
See, that's one thing. We could look at Oscar and Ryan, but Ryan is not the only boxer that have complained. We got the cash cow of boxing that's complaining about Oscar. Canelo Alvarez. We have Jojo Diaz that's complaining about Oscar. We have Cancion that beat Machado, became champion, that complained about Oscar. All the champions is complaining about Oscar. What is going on in Golden Boy? That's gonna be that's the real question right now.
Well, I think we have a issue going on right now where we're comparing kayfabe years to today's where everything's out in the open. Back in the day, you could hide all that stuff because there was social media, and also like the way boxers are viewed also is skewed now from back then because now we have a lot more information, we have a lot more access. Back then, everything was always not like for crying out loud. People thought wrestling was real back then. That's how that's how much kayfabe was intact. Now you have 8-year-olds talking about that is fake because they know because everything's out in the open now. Well, back then, like we had a misconception of exactly what it was. I guarantee you, if like most of these boxers right now who we mystify as doing this and that, if they were boxing today, all the dirt would have came out.
So you think do you think the corruption is going to come to light? The boxing corruption is going to be a reality show?
Oh yeah.
I think so. Look in Twitter. Look at Manny Serrano and Eddie Hearn. Look at their business. They put their whole business out in negotiation. You seen it?
But you know what?
I saw it, yeah.
While we knock that, it's actually ingenious because it hypes up the fight. It makes it more in the open, and more people are going to follow it. So all this drama, like I said earlier, with like on earlier stream that I talked with you, is I think this was like a planned thing because there's no way Golden Boy really wanted one of their biggest like up and coming stars to fight without any people really knowing it's going to happen on so short of a basis. But what that did was keep, we're talking about Ryan for a reason because of all this drama. But all this drama is keeping him in the headlines. So when he actually is going to fight later on this year, like in August, it's going to be a lot more visible. So like, was it like bad publicity is still good publicity?
Yeah, it's the blueprint, and it's the Oscar De La Hoya blueprint that he keeps using time and time again. How many times that we hear Oscar De La Hoya says that he's ready to come back before any of it of a good big fight? He got Virgil Ortiz coming through now. He's saying he want to come back. So now he got the light on Golden Boy Promotions. I think it's a tactic. Also, I believe in that.
Wow, Ryan got haters on this chat.
Yeah, but that's not even on this chat. That's everywhere else.
And what I say earlier, your haters won't miss a show, but your fans will. So I'm pretty sure Take Nation's gonna be right there watching the next Ryan Garcia fight, hoping that he loses.
Yeah. I don't think he's a social media. I don't think he's a social media boxer. He got a good amateur background.
Oh my god! Like,
how many got like how many chips he got? How many tournaments he won? Like 13,
even his fights,
13.
like look at his fights. Like I like when he beat what's his name, Dumar. Like I thought like Dumar took a what's it? How's he pronounce that guy's name? Yeah, Duno. Like I thought Duno took a dive, and then somebody slowed down the video the way he hit the top of the guy's head and how fast it was. Something that like you have to slow it down to see that connection. That's just
I like
insane
Ryan.
hand speed.
Ryan,
I became a fan instantly when I saw that slow down replay because I was like, wow, this is like so fake. This is definitely a dive. Then I saw it slow it down. I'm just like, this is insane. And now he's training with Eddie.
I like Ryan. I think in boxing, and I think dudes won't admit it. Dudes won't admit it. I don't think that people like that the dude could be a GQ and a fight at the same time.
Oh yeah, people are gonna hate that.
I think that's what it is. It's the hate. That's the only hate that a guy like Oscar De La Hoya was getting from other dudes that think, oh, he think he look good and nah, man, you gotta give props. See, I could look at the dude and be like, yo, the dude could get chicks.
Yeah, I think a lot of dudes are just mad that while they're having sex with their wives are thinking about Ryan Garcia.
Yo. So you trying to say that dudes are insecure?
Oh, of course they're insecure. That's why, like,
they see Ryan Garcia as a threat. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, they do. Okay. How could they not? Like,
who disagree
the guy's like
with
a model and he's a boxer.
Y'all scared that he's gonna steal y'all girl? That's you trying to say, that Ryan gonna steal somebody's chick out here and they hate him?
Hell yeah! It's like look at the guy. The guy's a supermodel and he's an extremely gifted boxer and very young. So a lot of guys are like, damn, I don't have either of those two. Why is this guy so lucky? Like he hit like the lotto when it comes to skills and looks. That's why Oscar was always so huge because he hit both lottos.
He said last time De La Hoya looked good was in the lingerie. Oh man.
Yeah, but boxing is in a good space. Like Devin Haney, he's not ugly. He's a good looking kid too. So boxing is like in a great state because I think these young guys are gonna bring back boxing to the forefront because they look good and they're good, and that's gonna like attract fans that wouldn't be there. Because if girls start watching boxing, it's just gonna skyrocket.
Get off his nuts, bro. See, that's the insecure. See, you can't give props to another dude. If you give props to another dude, then you homo, you all that. It's not. It shouldn't be like that.
What does looks have to do with boxing? Yeah, you know what marketing is? Man. Marketing is everything. You could be the best boxer in the world. If you can't sell, nobody cares. You could be Ryan Garcia.
I'll sell him. He will sell him like he a hooker. I'll sell him. I'll be his manager. That's the way they do it in the business. You don't think they did that to Oscar De La Hoya? Sell the sex just like they do to the girls, like Kim Kardashian. That's what they selling is sex. That's it.
Sex sells. That's one thing we've always learned. Sex sells. No matter what industry it is, sex sells.
Oscar De La Hoya came with a bachata album or a Spanish album. Remember? Even that went gold or platinum.
The CD. My aunt owned 2 copies of it.
Yeah, let's see. That's how hot Oscar De La Hoya was. He could come up with an album, bro.
Not just an album, a double platinum album. Nobody remember what songs it was, but Oscar sang it, so women were buying it. If you don't think that matters to boxing, I don't know what to tell you. Because, like, guess what? The first time Ryan Garcia is going to the Staples Center, they're going to plaster his picture like all over town, and do his fight date. And women are going to go watch that thing. That's how big looks are to boxing. Don't forget, Oscar did create a new renaissance for boxing for a long time. Boxing was not boxing, then Oscar brought it up.
He's the blueprint. I say I don't care how much people hate Oscar De La Hoya. When all these fighters like Jermell Charlo, when he was talking shit ish about Oscar De La Hoya, I tweeted at him. I said, "Man, you better stop. He put the blueprint. You were promoting. You were your own boss because Oscar De La Hoya paved the way. Remember, Al Heyman was working with Oscar De La Hoya so he could get his trust, so he could be trusted by boxers within the sport of boxing.
Well, and take a look at now you have Canelo Alvarez making his own promotion too. He learned from Oscar. Now you have Ryan looking like, hey, maybe I should join Canelo's like banner. Now you have a bunch of like fighters trying to do their own promotion. But now at this point it's starting to become a little too saturated. So you can't have so many like boxers / promoters because it doesn't work out in the end. And I think that's one issue we have with boxing now is like some people think that they're the boss.
They're not really promoters. That's just to that's how they move around the loophole.
Yeah, for the Ali acts, yeah, that's what they're doing. But they're
you
trying
know
to
they can't put a show. If Manny Pacquiao had a hard time when he said himself that Oscar the Golden Boy and Manny Pacquiao when they did that Lucas Matisse fight, he said that's a lot. You got to invest a lot in your money. He didn't like the risk. That's why when the PBC he ain't taking that risk no more. It's not easy, and that's why I tell some. That's why sometimes be like people need to chill with the promoters too, man. They take a lot of risk. Remember, they're the one that's renting the arena and everything else. They putting up the money.
Well, take a look at the Wilder Fury too. How much money was lost in that? People thought it was gonna be some huge ultra fight, but they forget it's a streaming era now at this point, and people like know how to get like stream fights like crazy, so they're expecting like 1.2 million, million buys to order to break even, and they sold what 60 something, which lost a lot of money. That's a lot of risk in boxing. Not everybody could stomach that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that's the blueprint, man. He's the blueprint. Think about it. If Mayweather didn't fight Oscar De La Hoya, or even Manny Pacquiao didn't fight him, because Oscar De La Hoya gave him Oscar De La Hoya turned them rich, from rich to wealthy.
You know what's funny about Oscar Mayweather, Oscar Pacquiao? Like, I think Oscar pulled back a lot of those fights because he was about to retire, and he had signed both those guys to long-term contracts at that point. And lo and
Oscar
behold,
had all the skills, but he wasn't hungry no more. That's it.
He wasn't hungry no more, so he was like more of like, okay, like I'm almost done. If these guys win, that's money for me. Like I'm gonna get paid.
But go ahead.
He had more to win by losing than by winning, because if he won, doesn't matter. But if he lost, they instantly elevated both Pacquiao and Mayweather after that point. Like before, like they announced like the signing of a Pacquiao right before his fight. As soon as that announcement went on, I called and I was able to make a bet, and I bet against Oscar for the first time. But I was like, there's no way Oscar's gonna win this fight. He just signed Pacquiao, who was younger, who's gonna have a long shelf life, and Oscar at the end of his career. So I'm like, I'm really respecting those two fights.
That's like saying, was you shocked that was you shocked that Manny Pacquiao got robbed by Jeff Horn? I wasn't shocked.
I wasn't shocked either. They had to take
way,
care of young fighters.
In their eyes, he's on his way out. They told him to fight in Australia. Man, Bob Arum is looking for a next international star. Like he's looking for another international star right now. So he's looking for, he know where the money at. And he said, let's get this Jeff Horn guy.
Yeah, but too bad Jeff Horn next fought Crawford for some odd reason. Don't know why, but
because you know why? Because it was a robbery and everybody knew it. If it was just a close fight and he won a close fight, and people could have been like, damn, it could go either way. Like, that's what happened.
That is true. Boxing is corrupt. Boxing is corrupt, and we all know it.
Favorite Oscar fight? I like the Fernando Vargas fight. That's one. That's the I like the I love the way he switched his style with Senior when he implemented the jab in his game.
Senior 1 or 2?
Which one? Chavez. I like both of them. I like one. No, the Vargas. I like the Vargas fight. like the Chavez fight. I like the Ike Corte fight. Put it that way, the Ike Corte.
Trinidad fight was awesome, but I hated how Oscar got robbed.
Yeah. He got robbed too.
That was just highway robbery. Nobody thought like Trinidad was even in that fight, and just because Oscar quote unquote ran for 4 rounds, even though he won the 10th round somehow, and yeah, that was a highway robbery. But as far as my favorite fight, is definitely senior 2 because it was passing the torch. That was just a historic fight. You know, you had the old guy against the new guy, and he passed the torch down. It didn't actually work out that way because people were mad that Oscar won.
I think Oscar won, and to be honest, I thought the Oscar and Floyd Mayweather was actually a draw.
Well, Floyd's dad was talking about Oscar won that fight. That fight was like really close, and like I said, Oscar controlled the whole thing. He owned both things because Mayweather had just signed with them, which is why Money Mayweather won that fight.
And he came back down 2 weight classes. Then he came from 160 to 147
as the A side. Like I said, he gave up way so much just to have those fights happen. Like as the A side, he could have forced Mayweather to go up 2 weight classes and going down 2 weight classes.
Exactly. I don't even understand that hate right there. I don't understand. I never understood it. I understood it. I even had documented about it. Why Floyd Mayweather and hate Oscar De La Hoya so much, but I think I know why. I got a conspiracy. I got a theory.
Well, you're saying because of his dad, because his dad loves him, right? I think I heard you mention before. You thought, because Mayweather's dad loves Oscar so much that now Floyd's a little jealous because his dad loves some other guy more than he loves him at this point.
Yeah, it's what he did for him when at a time he did what Floyd was supposed to do for him. So it's almost like if how to say it? If you my son, I taught you everything. I'm living in your house, but it's not my own house. You kick me out. Oscar De La Hoya, a guy that you don't like and you want to fight, buys my house and makes me a millionaire trainer. You were supposed to do that.
But wasn't that the birth of Money Mayweather as well? Because that's when he went to full heel mode at that point.
I think the birth of Money May was when he beat Oscar De La Hoya, because before Oscar De La Hoya, his purse was $8 million. That was his last purse before Oscar De La Hoya. When he fought Oscar De La Hoya, that's why I said when I always say he turned Pretty Boy into Money May. But yeah, Oscar showed he still had it that night. Yep, that was a good fight. I had that a draw. Actually, had that a draw. I didn't think Floyd did too much to be the champion. It's almost like Ugas and the Porter fight. Like I like how Ugas did a fight. Ugas won that fight, but he didn't do enough to be a champ. Rob was good.
Yeah.
There you go. Working at the job.
Yeah. I'm here in el trabajo. I was trying to see how does this sound and how am I coming in?
No, you good.
Is it still laggy and all that?
Nah, perfect.
Yeah, still lag.
Oh, okay.
So you're gonna have to get a. It's lagging on my end. Yeah, no, I heard the thing with the Ryan Garcia thing, and I started laughing. It's like, yo, Ryan Garcia making niggas turn gay and shit. It's like, yo, Ryan Garcia make motherfucker be gay and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yep. So this goes to any any of any of our fans out there, homosexual, transgender, it don't matter on this channel. When we say everything everything goes. 2020,
hey,
we ain't discriminating.
They might show up. It is Pride Month. It is Pride Month. So this is no lie. Ryan Garcia should have fought.
Yeah.
Close to he's gonna be fighting. Well, he was supposed to be fighting July 4th, but he should have fought, man. He should have catered. He should have catered to the LGBT community. There's gonna be a boxer out there. I know there was one boxer, but he wasn't. He's gonna cater to the LGBT community. He's gonna be like the Dennis Rodman of boxing.
Yeah, I needed to come in here and say that real quick. But I'm at work. I'm gonna hop out. If you want, I'll hop back in when I get out.
All right.
But it's like, yo, Ryan Garcia making niggas turn gay up in this piece, bro. Too sexy for the game.
All right, bro.
All right, hablamos, dale.
All right. Oh boy. But yeah, man. Oscar losses to Floyd, Pack, Bernard. The Floyd Pack to Golden Boy, and Bernard joins the Golden Boy. Bob slacking on a job. He in lunch. James Toney for sure didn't win by luck. He's really knocking people out. Yeah, but man, the moral of the whole thing, man, today, man, is I think people need to quit with the hate with Floyd Mayweather, man. If you're a Floyd Mayweather fan, man, stop hating Manny Pacquiao. There's no reason to hate Manny Pacquiao. If you're a Manny Pacquiao fan, there's no reason to hate Floyd Mayweather at this point. Yo, good looking out, Kalu. Good looking out. Thanks, man. Yo, everybody smash the like button if you want to donate to the channel. Donate to the channel. You already know, man. I even put my Cash App just in case. Just in case. Hardworking man, damn it. Compensating up in this piece. But yeah, man, people need to stop the hate, man. They both came from circumstances, unfortunate circumstances. Man, they both struggle. Yeah, Manny Pacquiao, we know his struggle is way more documented and way more heartfelt. But also, Floyd Mayweather also came from, his mother did drugs, his pops was in the street and selling or whatever. They all struggle, man. He struggled as a kid. Manny Pacquiao struggled as a kid. What's the chances of them becoming who they are? What's the chances of how many successful story is like Floyd Mayweather in the industry, in the sports world? How many stories? How many stories like Manny Pacquiao? These two guys are special, man. And I think that people should really consider them as a special athletes. Now, are they special with human being like character, personality? I mean, I like personally how Manny Pacquiao portrays himself and who he is and what he put out there, the family value, keeping God first, giving back, the humanitarian effort, things that we see. I could see it. He shows it. So I love that. Children, the youth could emulate that. I don't want kids to emulate what Mayweather has. Yes, his material stuff is beautiful, but not as beautiful what Pac be showing. But if we also like that Manny Pacquiao is a man of God and we respect him for it, and a lot of people be like, I'm just like Manny Pacquiao and I accept Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior and things of that nature. So you shouldn't even hate Floyd Mayweather. You actually should pray for him and respect him. When I respect what he does, but love him enough to pray for him. As a Christian, if you on that Manny Pacquiao tip, religious-wise, bro, what keeps the YouTube channel up?
Yeah, like we were talking about there. I'm wondering why is it people could separate like an actor from the character himself, but they can't separate a boxer from his real life. Like when we watch a movie, with the person we hate and outside of the movies, we don't knock the actual character that's on the screen.
Yeah.
Like we do with boxers. It's like boxers, like private life and boxing life should be two separate things, and people start to realize that. It's like, don't judge the boxer for what he does outside the ring, just like you wouldn't judge Thor because you disagree politically, like which a lot of people do, but they separate their hate for Thor to hate for to the actual actor himself.
Yeah, exactly. I don't. I think they feel this is what it is. I think they really feel everything that Floyd Mayweather does is him. That's who he is, and I don't think so. Like I don't think so. I think that some of it may be, but I think a lot of it is all clout. A lot of it is all clout. When he's partying, is all clout. I think he's not drinking. He don't take it overboard. He's a single dude. You know, has he ever abandoned his kids? Kid loves him. He took care of his kids financially, whatever.
The guy's retired. He should just go out and flat out say that Money Mayweather was just what's it called? A character, just like any other character out there. And I think he should take advantage of it. Also, like I said, train his cats to like have a character. Like I think boxing, what's really missing right now is characters, because everybody's trying to be like, I'm a promoter, I drink and I drink and I smoke. It's like, okay, that's boring. You know, it's cool if like you have like an outlier, like when AB was first doing it, so everybody's trying to follow like AB's whole shit, because like
Floyd,
AB, even to this day, the guy, everybody knows he's garbage as far as a boxer, but they still pay to watch him. And I think all these guys are looking at more of AB. I think they're getting more influence from AB than they are from Mayweather.
I mean, I don't hate Floyd. I just say there's a character that I can understand why people might not like. There's a character and personality that he shows, but I'm saying that I don't even feel like that's him. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He should just come out and admit that, you know, his persona is just a show.
No, but he actually has said that. But I don't think that people just want to eat it up. He said that more than dozens of times. Is that I think people don't want that sick. They done it for so long that that's who they recognize him as.
I guess so.
Why and that's why I wish he could show more. Like let's say when my boy told me, I wish he could show that part of him, so people could be like, "Oh, nah, Floyd is this. Oh, okay, man, cool. I like that.
Yeah, so I guess you're all right about his Twitter account, Instagram. He should just have like him training boxers, just like keep it all to boxing, keep it all to the business of boxing. If you start doing that more often, his perception might change.
Yeah, and why not at this point? Right? Like, why not at this point your perception? Why you just can't just adjust? I mean, you could act like I always say, man, image is everything right now, especially now today. Image is everything. You show a good image, people gonna emulate. You got a relevant platform right now. You're relevant, and I hate that people also want to be goody and they want to give back and want to be all humble when that's it. When they're not relevant no more.
Well, like I said earlier, it's also a recruitment tool for all these like boxers he wants to sign with him. That he's using that lifestyle to attract them. But I don't think he needs to do that. Like Oscar doesn't have to do that. Nobody else has to do that except for he's doing it. Like I think what would actually be smart for him to do is run for like a local seat somewhere, which he would obviously win because he's Floyd Money Mayweather. He would win a local seat, and then people start seeing him in a new light. A good example is like Kane from WWE. Manny Pacquiao did it as well, you know. Jesse the Body Ventura, you know. A lot of people now like look at them in a different light because they went into politics, even though the only reason they won is because they're somebody.
I don't think that Mayweather has that type of intellect to be that.
Really? Have you seen how dumb a lot of politicians are? So intellect has nothing to do with
dumb.
it.
I know that, but I'm just saying Floyd himself, because he's hated so much, so he won't even get votes.
He goes into like, let's say downtown LA and runs in that district. He would have a huge turnout. He goes into like a lot of districts that are like mainly predominantly black, spend a little money there, and he will win.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe in Vegas that
Arnold Schwarzenegger won California. as a governor, as a Republican. Arnold won California as a Republican.
He's
What's that got to tell you?
True. You never know. It's true. But I just think that at least Arnold was never like a hated type of, he was beloved, he's loved. He wasn't hated. I think
Jesse the Body Ventura and Kane weren't hated, and they still won there. One became a senator, then one became a
no, but that's
congressman.
what I mean. But they, it's like you were talking about the movies, but they understood that wrestling is fake. They understand that acting is acting. They don't understand that Floyd is just putting an acting job. No, they actually hate him. That's the point. They really do hate this guy.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
He doesn't get his support. He doesn't get, and if he does get support, because he got a lot of fans, they're not loud enough.
Well, but if you ran like in a predominantly like black district, he would win. And there's a lot of districts like that with a lot of corruption. And I can say, like, all you have to do is put an ad like, "I will fight for you. I never lost in the ring, so I won't lose for my people, and I will help you all win." And he would win. He would just like win no matter where he runs. As long as it's like a predominantly black neighborhood, he would win. And then he could use that to pivot for a new image for himself. Yeah. Just like Manny.
Yeah, man. But
because even like people talk about Manny, they still talk about the Congressman Manny Pacquiao now. They actually mention it quite often.
If Jinky would have divorced him that time, do you think he would have had he would have had that same image? Because part of his image is family, husband, and the 5 kids. If Jinky would have divorced him when he was playing her, would Manny have that same image he has today?
Well, the issue with Manny's a totally different thing. You can never compare Manny to Pacquiao because, Manny to Mayweather, because Manny has his own country behind him. So even no matter what he does wrong, like his people will defend him no matter what, because he's Senator Pacquiao for a reason.
No, but I'm saying it's him still being in his marriage with his family still what keeps him. When you look at it, if you look at a picture of Floyd, his family, and you look at Manny Pacquiao and his family, Manny Pacquiao is living the dream. Family wise, sort of like family structure wise, where you got your wife and your kids, and you're always together, and y'all go to church together. If Jinky would have left him, he would have never had that image that is a big part of why people love him outside of boxing as well.
Well, a good example of that is Kobe Bryant. After that whole ordeal, way back when, we're not going to mention what happened because everybody should know what happened. And Vanessa stood by him, and he was able to repair his image with Vanessa through all the ordeals. And to this, after he died, it was like nobody, we had a couple of lunatics talk about it. Most people were talking about, look at his wife, look at his kids. So that perception does change stuff, whether they got divorced or not. Because take a look at all these other players who constantly have baby mama drama, and it changes the image of that player.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So, but that's why I'm giving the credit to his wife to sticking by him while he dumbed down. If she would have left, he would have never had that image, just like Kobe Bryant. Because then we would have been stuck. How you lost your wife? Oh yeah, because you was, you did her that dirty. You did it this dirty. So that's why for Manny Pacquiao, his dirt leaves because now his image is still with his wife and kids.
Well, but then you also have Tiger Woods. Do people actually bring up that he cheated on his wife and did all these drugs?
We remember the tree. We remember all of that. I remember it.
Well, we remember the tree, but do we remember that he actually cheated on his wife and his wife left him? Nobody talks about it. It depends how big you are. If you're bigger than the sport, you get away with more stuff than you can because nobody talks about Jordan's gambling. Nobody talks about all these scandals that people talk about. But I guess Jordan, you can't compare. Like I said earlier, it was an era during kayfabe was still there. People didn't really know. People believed the lie that he retired from basketball to box. To play baseball. During the exact time where he got caught gambling on the sport.
Yeah. I think, the thing is, I feel with it was there's certain things about Manny Pacquiao that we all love, but there's certain things about Manny Pacquiao that we don't mention, but yet we will mention on the Floyd Mayweather tip. But we like to put certain things under the rug with Manny Pacquiao because we love how he is today, but also you could actually compare his mistakes to other people's mistakes as well. But other people's mistakes sticks more than Manny Pacquiao's mistakes. Gambling, committing adultery, drinking excessively, like he said, 24 hours a day. We could make fun of Gervonta Tank Davis missing weight. Manny Pacquiao was stripped from his title for missing weight. You know, there's a lot of things that also Manny Pacquiao done, but the thing is, it's swept under the rug more than other fighters.
Okay,
I think if Manny Pacquiao fans like us will mention that more, we could be humble enough to also understand the other fighters and understand the guy that Manny Pacquiao fans hate, Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather.
Well, you can't compare like Pacquiao to Tank because whenever you see Manny, quite often he's always training. With Tank, we have that visual of him like drinking. We have the visual of him like where he looks like he's like 6 months pregnant. We never really see it with Manny, so you can't compare that. So it's either hate on Tank for missing weight because we see those pictures of him looking like he's 6 months pregnant and can't drop, and it's like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be a professional boxer. We have an image of what a professional athlete looks like, and when we see those images of Tank Davis looking like he's 6 months pregnant, that sort of hurts it, and we're like, well, see, this is why you miss weight because you're so lazy and fat.
No, but that's what but that's a point that I'm saying earlier about image. If they had the image back in the days, like if before 2012 or 2011, and let's just imagine Manny Pacquiao, what he was doing when he was drinking and gambling and flirting with all the women. We have a whole we probably wouldn't forgive Manny Pacquiao as much, right?
Yeah, that goes back to everything I was saying earlier about like we're talking about kayfabe era, which Manny had like good luxury of being part of that era, but he's part of this era too. But we have this image of him from way back then of that's false because it's a kayfabe era. Now we're in more realistic era where social media has like made it so we have a lot of access, so image does matter in everything in this instance, which is why like Manny Pacquiao, when he comes to the ring, he comes out to what song? Eye of the Tiger. He's a face. From his whole career, he's been a face. So when he does something bad, so like Hulk Hogan did a bunch of heel stuff, but since he was a face, he got cheered for it instead of booed for him. A good example when he fought The Rock. The Rock was like The Rock was supposed to be the face, but people have had this image of Hulk Hogan always being the face. So when he fought The Rock got booed and Hulk Hogan got cheered because nostalgia sells, and so does being a face and the image you have. And I don't think boxers or anybody boxers can't. It's going to be hard for them to build up that image anymore because they're not protected. There's too much information on them. Just like Ryan Garcia, who should be a face, but now he's becoming a heel in a way.
So let's go to this, and I'm going to be like, hey, 5 more minutes of this. So there's this. When Manny Pacquiao was young and he was getting beat, they come with an excuse of he didn't eat right and da. But maybe he wasn't eating right, or he wasn't sober enough. How about that?
Oh, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but we didn't have the pictures, we didn't have the video.
No, we don't need. But I'm saying we're not gonna see the video of everybody drinking. Like if we never, if we don't see Earl Spence, crashing his car, we'll never know that he has a drinking problem.
But we knew he had a drinking problem before because we had videos of him at the club.
We did. Yeah, we did.
So we already knew it.
Yeah, we did.
That's why nobody was surprised.
But I'm saying with Manny is the thing is there's always an excuse. Like I say I believe that Manny Pacquiao is for me the greatest of all time. I say it, right? But I don't give him all the excuses that other Manny Pacquiao fans give him. Like I'm not the one that says, oh, he lost early in his career because he was malnutrition. No, you lost because you just got knocked out by another fighter. That's it. Like I don't say, oh well, Marquez was a lucky punch. No, it was not a lucky punch. Yo, did he 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 lost to Floyd Mayweather. No. I saw a film that it was in slow motion, and we kind of no, he lost to Floyd, but it wasn't that serious to me. I feel like it was a whack fight, and I ain't give nobody respect. Not respect, but it was nothing. It ain't do nothing to enhance Floyd Mayweather's career, nor um Manny Pacquiao losing. It didn't hurt his career. If it enhanced Manny, if that win really enhanced Floyd Mayweather's career by beating Manny Pacquiao, then the numbers with Berto versus Mayweather would have flew off the roof.
Well, that's because you're a fan of boxing, and a lot of people end up becoming boxing fans, but they're actually fans of a fighter themselves because something has to trigger you to want to tune in. And a lot of people is like, it could be like just the most pure stuff. Like, again, we'll use Ryan Garcia as an example. He's going to bring in fans that have never has never watched boxing before. When one of the things that I loved, that people hate a lot is the Jake Paul fight. That brought in new eyes to boxing, and as far as they're concerned, Jake Paul is like one of the best boxers of all time, as far as they're concerned. And they'll follow him fighting no matter who he fights. They'll follow him to fight. Same thing with the KSI fans. So you gotta look at it as like you're a fan of boxing. A lot of people aren't fans of boxing, but they're fan of a certain boxer. And like I was like, it was a tragedy that they put on such a bad undercard because they could have made new stars with those fights.
But that's what I'm trying to eliminate. And I think that if we eliminate the delusion, then that's when, yes, Manny Pacquiao will respect Floyd Mayweather. And if there's any delusion with Mayweather, then they respect Manny Pacquiao. Like the delusion of Mayweather that Manny Pacquiao was on steroids. That's the delusion.
Well, a part of that, it's also Manny Pacquiao's fault when he wouldn't accept drug testing because he's scared of needles.
That's another delusion right there.
It's like, really? So you have all these tats, like Mayweather said, you have all these tattoos, but you're scared of needles? How does that, that helped? Like, that was totally on Manny's fault that he has that stigma because of those statements.
Yeah, that too. I said that once before. But yeah, in the end of the day, even with the stigma, it's no proof. So why rock with that proof?
Because he gave.
I mean, why rock with that with that opinion?
Because you had people who were Mayweather fans and who are anti-Pacquiao fans who took that tidbit and expanded it because Manny Pacquiao gave people that ammo. That's on him. That's him being held accountable for having such a BS excuse on why he doesn't want drug testing. So if you're scared of drug testing, the question is like people are going to say, if you're scared of the drug testing, it's because you're dirty.
Mm-hmm. Tank Nation said Manny and Floyd both juiced before. See, nah, man, I ain't gonna say that either, But I'm not gonna say Manny Pacquiao's juice. That's the delusion of the Mayweather side, and the delusion of Manny Pacquiao side is that every time he lost, there's some type of an excuse. He's not invincible. Manny Pacquiao is great, but he's not invincible, and it's okay. It's okay, guys. For my Manny Pacquiao fellow fans, it's okay. He didn't lose early in his career because he's malnutrition. That was just Bob Arum trying to promote it and trying to promote that. Hey, it's an excuse. Don't worry, he's a machine. He lost because of this. No, it's not malnutrition. Because if he was malnutrition, he would have never in his career got stripped by coming overweight. So Mayweather fans, 50-0 is nothing. He lost a lot of credibility when he put his 50-0 and put Conor McGregor. That means he lost the integrity of an historic accomplishment. He didn't care about the integrity of the sport. So with that attitude, you ain't give a damn. It's all about money. It's all about business. You don't give a damn about the sport that has given you the life that you have. Of course, because you gave back to the sport. I understand. But you lost the integrity of your record it's because you actually wanted that fight to be commissioned. And you spit at the sport of boxing. And you spit at the sport and the other guys that had those accomplishments as well. Don't hate him for making money. How people trash talk. But yo, ladies and gentlemen, man, I gotta go. Been here for a while. Maybe we can have part 2. If y'all want to, let me know. Smash the like button, man. Share it. I'm tired. I want to take a nap. I want to eat. I love y'all. Peace out. God bless, and on to the next.